For the manager of a Starbucks in Kirkland. She found a camera in a unisex bathroom under the sink pointed at the toilet. This kicked off an investigation that resulted in first-degree voyeurism charges for a 44-year-old father in Bothell. According to documents obtained by the Seattle Times, he's admitted to hiding cameras in public bathrooms going all the way back to at least 2017. Investigators seized a hard drive and cameras from his home and are examining that footage. Speeders and street racers beware. Police in Bellevue are looking for you. Beginning this weekend, Bellevue Patrol's officers will kick off its Safer Roads initiatives, targeting speeding drivers and street racers with zero tolerance. Bellevue PD's Drew Anderson says the driving public asked for that crackdown.
They have reached out to the Bellevue Police Department asking us to really tackle what has been a concern, a growing concern for them, and that's speeding and that is street racing.
Anderson says the initiative will continue all over Bellevue indefinitely. Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson takes actions on her first two executive orders, including expanding efforts to create emergency shelter for the homeless. Her new executive order creates an internal team to identify incentive plans, permitting changes, and other policy changes to bring the homeless inside. The order also calls on identifying public land to rapidly expand shelter and housing needs. Mayor Wilson says simply clearing homeless camps is not a long-term solution.
People understandably might not want an encampment near their business or near their residence, but if we're moving people along without actually getting them inside, then they're just going to another place and then they're going to be back.
Wilson says her order is only the beginning and she wants to see measurable progress before next summer's World Cup. Microsoft is sounding the alarm on Washington's housing crisis.
Microsoft President Brad Smith says the state needs 55,000 new housing units every year. But last year, only 34,000 permits were issued.
We're going in the wrong direction.
Microsoft has spent $750 million on affordable housing since 2019, but even that only preserved or built 16,000 units.
You learn a lot when you spend $750 million trying to solve a problem.
Now the company is out with a new report that urges state lawmakers to speed up the permitting process, open land for development, and reduce costs. Frank Lenzi, KIRO News Radio.
All right, here's what everyone wants to talk about today.
Touchdown! Seahawks!
The Seahawks take on the 49ers at Lumen Field tomorrow. You can hear it all right here on KIRO News Radio. But this news has been making us all a little nervous. Quarterback Sam Darnold has been added to the injury report. He's listed as questionable because of an injury to his oblique muscles.
In routes on air, just kind of felt a little something in my oblique. Just didn't want to push it. Wasn't the day to push it, so that was it. So just came inside, got some rehab, and feel like I'll be ready to go for Saturday.
All right, Sam, we'll hold you to it. It's 5:13, and that's when we check traffic. We are looking green all over the map as usual. 5:50 a.m. is when Chris Sullivan says the traffic starts to really heat up coming into Seattle. But right now, Tacoma to Seattle, 38 minutes. Everett to Seattle, 35 minutes. Auburn to Renton, 20 minutes. Bothell to Bellevue is only about a 25-minute drive at this point. Now let's get a check on your weather. It was cloudy when I was driving in here and very foggy. We're going to clear that out and going to be even looking at a glimpse of the sun later today. 51 degrees is your high, overnight lows 38 in most places. And we're going to be sunny tomorrow, mostly sunny for Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We get more cloudy on Tuesday, and then your next chance of rain is Thursday. Right now, it's 44 degrees in downtown Seattle. Coming up next, we hear from the cast of A Beautiful Noise, the Neil Diamond musical, running through this weekend at the Paramount Theater. This is KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This hour of Seattle's Morning News is brought to you by Closets by Design Seattle.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-771-1300. That's 800-771-1300.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-897-4400. That's 800-897-4400.
Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. And you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain, and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit DanielNelsonMD.com. That's DanielNelsonMD.com.
Seattle's tradition for news and conversation. This is Seattle's Morning News with Charlie Harger and Manda Factor.
Well, today we're sitting down with the talented actors who bring Neil Diamond and Marsha to life in A Beautiful Noise, the Neil Diamond musical. Now playing at Seattle's Paramount Theater through the 18th. It's the true story of how a kid from Brooklyn became a show-stopping American powerhouse. With us in the studio, Nick Fratiani. You play Neil Diamond then. You may recognize Nick as the 2015 winner of American Idol, among other things. Mary Page Nance is here. You play Marsha, Neil Diamond's second wife, and you've been in the original cast of, 4 Broadway shows now? Yes. We might recognize you from some TV as well. It's great to have you both here. I have to ask you before I forget, Nick, is it true your first concert your parents took you to when you were 3 years old and it was Neil Diamond?
I just made that up. That's not, no, it is true. My dad, my dad was a huge Neil fan, and him and my mom brought me at 3. I was like, is that weird to bring a 3-year-old to a big concert like that? But yeah, that was my first.
Neil Diamond.
It was Neil Diamond. That was my first ever concert. I don't remember it, but I always remember asking my dad when I was, starting to play the guitar and I was like, what was the first thing I ever saw, like, that got me into music? He was like, you saw Neil Diamond.
There you go.
And so, yeah, it's very, very full circle,
I was going to say
the least, to be performing as.
What went through your mind when you found out you got the role?
It was crazy. I mean, I remember when I found out about the musical, it had already been in the process of being made, and I didn't know that. I saw, it was something on Facebook, like, the Neil Diamond musical is going to be coming to Broadway, or a musical is being made. And I texted my agent. I was like, you got to get me in for this. He's like, they already got their Neil it was supposed to be a pre-COVID show.
Right.
So I was so bummed out. I was like, I really felt like I was supposed to do it. And then a couple months later, he's like, I don't know if you'll be interested in this, but they're looking for an understudy alternate type situation. And I said, I just want to go in. I just want to audition for it and see, what the musical's about, get the script, And and then I got it, and I was like, I just feel like I'm supposed to do this. And, it was hard for me a little bit to sit in the background, but I needed to learn. This is only my second musical I've ever done. So I got to learn so much from Will Swenson, who is the original, and get to learn from people like MP who have been doing this for their whole lives. So it was just a perfect situation.
I saw you shaking your head a little bit when he said, this is only my second musical. musical. Apparently he was made for it.
Yes, he's unbelievable. He's unbelievable. He's such a good actor. I mean, he's also a rock star, which is what you need to be to play Neil Diamond.
Sure.
And I know what he's talking about in terms of, in those first early rehearsals. I remember in rehearsals, you would like sit in the front of the stage and like just film, which is not what you're supposed to do.
And I didn't know. Our stage manager had to be like, Nick, you have to stop filming the other actors. I'm like, oh, that's not
a thing.
I'm like, how am I supposed to learn what to
He
do?
would just be sitting. I'm talking like we're in stage, the creative team
I'm
is behind.
embarrassed now.
I didn't even sitting in front like this.
Oh, that's
funny.
And I was like,
God.
oh, honey.
Somebody should have told me besides Bonnie like a month in.
He didn't know.
Oh, I'm actually getting anxiety thinking of it.
Okay, that's
But when you see him on stage, he's the most natural, incredible actor. He's so responsive to anything that's thrown at him. We both were understudies, and so the first time I went on as Marcia Murphy on Broadway, I got to do it with him, and it was so fun. And, I'd never said the words out loud to him ever because he wasn't in any of my rehearsals until I was on Broadway playing a lead for the first time in my life. 30 of my closest friends were there, and I got to do it with him, and I just remember thinking, okay, if I just look at him, like, he's got me. And he did. Anything I gave him, he responded to. He worked with me. He was just so generous to work with. He's incredible.
How did you bring Marcia to life? How big an influence was she on Neil Diamond? My second wife, how big an influence was she on Neil Diamond?
I think she was a huge, huge influence on his life. When I did research on the actual person, so many people wrote about how funny she is, and how sort of she kind of was like hanging with the guys a little bit. She was always in these rooms that were pretty impressive, I think, especially during the 60s for a woman to be in kind of that environment. So I kind of latched on to that aspect of her. And I think it's also just matches into what Anthony's written into the script, is that she's kind of a ball buster. She's like, all right, Neil, let's get it together. Like, come on, backup singers, Adam. Next time I see you, I want a full band. And he's like, okay. So I don't know. I think it echoes a lot of what happens in real life when the woman behind the man is really driving a lot of their success. And I just think they have a really supportive and beautiful relationship. And I can kind of tell that that's how Neil is with the women in his life. That's how he is with Katie. They're so wonderful together, who he's with now. And it's just been amazing to kind of get to know more about his life and the people in his life and get to know him. And it's been great. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure everyone listening or watching on YouTube now has done a Neil Diamond impersonation at some point, myself included, right?
Classic.
So how did you avoid looking like a Neil Diamond impersonator?
That's a great question. Because actually I remember the first time I saw myself do it, because when you do theater, it's another thing, being new to theater, I was like, I can't believe you can't see what you're doing. Nobody can film it. I'm like, how do I know what I'm doing out there? I just got to hope that people let you know. And I did, they filmed me doing my B-roll and for when I took over the role on Broadway, and I was like, I feel like I'm trying to do too much. It was the first time I got to really see it. And I said, that's too much. I was doing some things that I felt were a little too on the nose, or like intentionally trying to sound like him. So I started like practicing so much about like, just sing with your own voice and get certain phrasings, but not overdoing it. So I tried to just find myself within his voice. Nobody's going to sing it like Neil. It's never going to be that good. So it's like just finding yourself and listening to his music so much to the point to where I was singing it, I wasn't thinking about the phrasings and the way he sang. It finally just got to a point now where I just sing his songs and it comes out and people are like, oh, you sound like him, but I'm not trying to.
I really appreciate you guys coming. I wish we had more time, but we do have to run. Go Hawks. Thank you for being a Seahawks fan while you're in town. Enjoy your time in Seattle. So nice to see you guys. I appreciate it. The show is A Beautiful Noise, the Neil Diamond musical. You can get tickets for A Beautiful Noise at stgpresents.org, the box office, or Ticketmaster. You guys take care. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Cloudy now, foggy in some places, but that's clearing out, and you actually may see the sun today. High of 51. Right now it's 44 degrees in downtown Seattle. Coming up, KIRO News Radio's Paul Holden has his weekend planner. This is KIRO News Radio.
Everybody loves the season of giving, but now the season of paying for it is upon us. That not-so-wonderful time of the year when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, stare in horror at the balance, and resolve then and there to find new ways to save money. If you're among those Americans, why not start by cutting your wireless bill in half right now with Pure Talk's Saver plan? It's easy. You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast, nationwide 5G network for just $20 a month. Just dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Ho, ho, ho. And if you're active or former military or a first responder, you'll save an additional 20% every single month. That's pound 250. Say Mike Rowe for the gift that keeps on saving from America's wireless company. Pure Talk.
The first few steps that I took in the morning were pretty painful.
This is Carlos.
I mean, I had been told by multiple orthopedic surgeons that there was no alternative for me.
That wasn't what he wanted to hear. You see, Carlos is an active guy.
I played basketball, and for 3 to 4 days after, my knees would just be so swollen. And now I can play basketball, and there is no swelling. There is no pain in the knees.
No swelling, no pain, because Carlos went to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
I'm just happy to be able to be out there. And then knowing that tomorrow I am not going to suffer for this.
What do you say to your friends and family who are in pain?
I say, I had horrible knee pain and stem cells really worked for me. You might want to go to Dr. Wagner, just get a consultation before you have surgery.
Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
More than 4,000 women are diagnosed with breast cancer every year in Washington state. I'm Dr. Suzette Miranda with Northwest Hope and Healing. We provide a lifeline to breast and gynecologic cancer patients, and you can help us make a difference. Join us for Cork, Fork, and Support, an afternoon of wine tasting and inspiration on January 31st at Mary Hill Winery in Woodinville's Wine Country. Get your tickets now for Cork, Fork, and Support. Go to nwhopeandhealing.org to learn more.
It's a fact. When your eyes work correctly, light focuses through both your cornea and your lens to give you high-quality vision. Hi, it's Dr. Kopstein from K2 Vision. Here's another fact. As we near age 50, we begin to lose the quality and function of our natural lens. That's when we start to reach for reading glasses and contemplate those cataracts on the horizon, typically in our 70s or later, but inevitable if we get old enough. Fortunately, K2 Vision has the advanced permanent solution for both, refractive lens exchange, or RLE. K2 Vision RLE is a quick, painless procedure that restores distance and near vision permanently. Plus, another thing is permanent. You will never develop a cataract. After over 20 years replacing over 100,000 failing lenses, we will help you determine when it's your right time for RLE. Go to k2visionrle.com and schedule a free Zoom consultation today. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers. Permanently.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS? Whether it's due to job loss, a divorce, a new business venture, or you just didn't file your taxes, don't lose hope. Powerful relief programs are now available that can help you and may reduce or even eliminate what you owe the IRS. With the cost of living affecting millions across the country, Tax Relief Advocates is urgently notifying anyone with $5, $50, or even $500,000 in back taxes to the IRS to call to get relief options. With over 1,000 5-star Google reviews and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, TRA is America's trusted choice for real tax relief. Relief options are now available that can give you a fresh start and peace of mind. End your tax nightmare today by calling our tax relief hotline. Dial 800-390-8432. 800-390-8432. That's 800-390-8432. Or visit TRA.com. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This might be the most surprising statistic I've shared in decades of doing local news. More than 75% of commuters will be involved in a car accident at some point. JP Pendergast of Pendergast Law with more.
What makes it more surprising? The average person will be involved in 3 to 4 collisions in their lifetime.
With accidents unbelievably prevalent, what are some safety tips if it happens to you?
Safety first. Secondary collisions are not uncommon while awaiting help. Turn on those hazards and remain in a safe place. If a bystander witnessed the accident, capture their information and encourage them to remain at the scene. Seek medical attention immediately if needed, as delaying can be a costly mistake. Lastly, remember that statements made to police and insurance adjusters can affect your case.
Collisions are more common than we'd like to think. If you find yourself in one, follow these helpful tips and then call my friends at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one's injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
PendergastLaw.com.
How about a New Year's resolution where the commitment takes just one day and the results can last a lifetime? Address years of hair loss like I did with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment. Using your own natural hair, Advanced Hair can restore your bald spot, receding hairline, or thinning. All backed by Advanced Hair's guarantee. Celebrate the new year with a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Start the new year taking active liver supplements from New Nordic. Online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com or at CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery, or Wegmans. Now is your time to get into a new D.R. Horton home by taking advantage of its National Red Tag Sales event going on right now through January 25th. Stop by any of its participating communities and find select Red Tag homes at incredible pricing. So whether you're buying your first home or looking for an upgrade, you don't want to miss the Red Tag Sales event going on right now. Discover the D.R. Horton difference. Visit drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder and equal housing opportunity builder.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Jillian Raftery. Today, a bipartisan group of U.S. lawmakers are set to hold talks with Danish and Greenlandic officials in Copenhagen. Denmark's foreign minister says there were fundamental differences with the U.S. over Greenland's future following talks at the White House earlier this week. Delaware Senator Chris Coons is leading the bipartisan congressional delegation today. CBS News congressional reporter Torian Small has more.
They're hoping to temper the rising tensions between the U.S. and those European allies when it comes to Greenland. The president has been teetering on whether or not he should be more forceful in his demand to claim Greenland for the U.S., something that has been uneasy for lawmakers.
More protests against ICE in Minneapolis. A mother is recounting the terrifying moments when she, her husband, and her 6 children were caught between ICE and protesters.
It was like foam or bubbles coming out of his mouth. I had to give him mouth-to-mouth and CPR.
Her infant was affected when Destiny Jackson says they were ordered to leave, but before they could drive away, an agent went to the back of their vehicle and released a tear gas canister that exploded underneath them. She says fumes soon enveloped their car. That baby was revived and will be okay. And Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado has given President Donald Trump her Nobel Peace Prize medal. In return, Machado was hoping for his support in her bid to be Venezuela's next president and during the transition from what remains of the Maduro regime to a new democratically elected government. But it's not clear if she got that support. A federal judge has blocked the Trump administration from getting a copy of California's voter rolls. More from CBS News correspondent Michael Wallace.
The Justice Department asked all states to hand over their voter rolls last year, but only 10 agreed to do so. The judge in the California case found the administration has no authority to gain access to voter rolls. Maine Secretary of State Shenna Bellows refused to hand over her state's rolls.
Why on earth should the federal government, who has no role in election administrations, be compiling a federal voter file for every voter in our nation?
The Justice Department has not said if it will appeal the California ruling. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Washington is also fighting with the federal government over access to voter rolls. It's 5:33, and this is when we check traffic, and we're looking green all over the map. We do have I got to temper that. We have a little slowing on 167 northbound leading up to 405, but that is just a blip on the radar, and I don't see anything actually blocking right now. Tacoma to Seattle, 38 minutes. Everett to Seattle, 35 minutes. Auburn to Renton is 20 minutes. Let's get a quick check on the weather. We're clearing out any remaining clouds, and we are going to have sun later today, high of 51. Overnight lows in the mid to high 30s. It's 44 degrees right now in downtown Seattle. This is KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Friday then.
We've hit our first holiday weekend of 2026, and with Seahawks playoffs and lots going on in the region, we got a lot of things to talk about. It is MLK weekend, and Saturday it's the 2026 MLK Day March and Celebration. The event starts at 11 at Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Park with speeches and entertainment. Then at 12:30, the youth-led march from the park to the Rainier Community Center begins. Following the march, there will be live music, art, food, and opportunities to learn about Dr. King's work and message. There's also the 53rd Annual Community Celebration at South Seattle College on Friday starting at 9:30. The MLK Celebration at the Federal Way Performing Arts and Event Center on Saturday from 10:30 to 1. Then on Monday, MLK Day itself, there are service projects going on throughout the city during the United Way King County 2026 MLK Day of Service. The Washington Service Corps is also putting on a series of service projects as well. Fans of Neil Diamond will want to head to the Paramount Theater to catch A Beautiful Noise, the Neil Diamond musical. The show tells the story of the legendary performer and features lots of his music. If you want to learn more about the show, Seattle's Morning News had the chance to meet some of the cast, which you can check out on our YouTube channel. Tickets are still available at the Paramount's website. Take a trip down the Yellow Brick Road at Mopop this weekend during its 2-day celebration of the iconic Wizard of Oz franchise. On Saturday and Sunday, you'll have your choice of 2 films in the morning and 2 in the afternoon, including the original film, the Muppets version, the sequel, Return to Oz, Wicked, and more. There will also be crafts and activities for you and the kids, Wizard of Oz tabletop games, and on Sunday, there will be a panel discussion with director Alexandre Felipe. Get information and tickets on Mopop's website. If you're looking for something to do with the kids before kickoff on Saturday, Edmunds is putting on Kids Stock. This free event has everything you need for a fun day with your kids, including live performances, workshops about puppet making, dancing, science, art from around the world, and music, plus a gym full of carnival games, activities, and a fire truck to check out. Plus, enjoy some root beer from the Gallagher's Root Beer Garden, balloon animals, and food trucks. Kidstock is Saturday starting at 9:30 at the Edmunds Center. For more family fun in Puyallup at the Washington State Fairgrounds, there will be hundreds of vendors and impressive model train layouts at the Great Train Show. The show runs Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 4. Kids 11 and under get in free. The Seattle Seahawks are just 2 wins away from the Super Bowl as they take on the dreaded San Francisco 49ers Saturday night. If you couldn't get tickets to the game, there are still plenty of watch parties like the one at the Dock in Fremont, at Gasworks Brewing, and the tailgate and watch party at Victory Hall. If it's a place with a screen, odds are the Seahawks will be on. How are you enjoying your long weekend? Let me know at Paul H. at KIRORadio.com. Paul Holden, KIRO News Radio.
It's 5:37, and on this Seahawks Blue Friday, we are going to clear out to some sunny weather, and it's going to be mostly sunny tomorrow for the game, too, with a high of 51. That is really nice weather for a football game and for tailgating. In fact, our next chance of rain isn't until about next Thursday. We're going to have highs in the high 40s to low 50s until then, and overnight lows in the mid to high 30s. Right now in downtown Seattle, it is 44 degrees. Coming up, you're going to have your national headlines. I'm Jillian Raftery, and you're listening to KIRO News Radio.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan. Presented by Carter Subaru.
More like Choke Point. The new year brings a big new headache for the thousands of you commuting south on I-5 into Seattle. The latest phase of Revive I-5 is underway, and it won't be finished anytime soon. I've got you covered with traffic on the 3s every morning from 6 to 9 on Seattle's Morning News. Nate Connors has you covered every afternoon. We're always hunting for alternate routes, and we'll help you get where you need to be a little faster. On KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
crooked teeth may embarrass kids whose families can't afford braces. And trying to fix their teeth themselves can make things worse. Luckily, there's Donated Orthodontic Services, a program from the American Association of Orthodontists. For children and teens who qualify and are matched with a volunteer orthodontist, treatment can be life-changing and help them smile with confidence. Learn more at aaoinfo.org.
The G and Ursula Show.
There's a brand new Gallup poll out that shows independents are actually now the biggest group in the country.
Weekdays 9 to noon.
Does this surprise you?
No, it's like a card trick. People in card tricks, the reason why you get fooled is because you pay attention to what they say and you don't pay attention to what they do. Most people only start paying attention when elections, policies, and things start affecting you.
Subscribe to the KIRO Newsradio YouTube channel and watch live.
No heat, electrical issues, frozen pipes, no power? John Curley here, recommending you call Home Comfort Alliance. For over 40 years, doing heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical right, including standby generators. Call the comfort people at homecomfortalliance.com.
145 over 92.
180 over 111.
182 over 100. And I had a heart attack and a cardiac arrest. And then a stroke.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life.
A lot of people don't understand, including myself, I didn't, now I do, the impact of having a stroke.
My memory is shot.
When I woke up, I couldn't speak.
Lowering your high blood pressure could save you from a heart attack or stroke. If you've stopped your treatment plan, restart it or talk to your doctor about creating one that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
It's a new life, but I'm going to make it better. Coming back. Ask your doctor, check your blood pressure.
Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Medical Association, and the Ad Council.
When you walked through your kitchen this morning, what'd you see? Did it make you happy? Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Well, I want to make you happy. We'll custom build you all new cabinet doors and drawer fronts, and using our exclusive 1/4-inch solid wood refacing process, transform your existing cabinets into a beautiful new kitchen. Add a custom quartz countertop, change things up a bit, add some more cabinets, install some cool new features like soft close drawers and sliding shelves, whatever you like. We'll help you to create the new kitchen you'll be proud of. All in about a week, and all with way less mess, hassle, time, and expense than to tear out. Stop waiting. For 18 years, we've been honored to serve thousands of happy customers, and we'd love to serve you. Call today and I'll get one of our pros to come out and show you how easy and comfortable it'll be to get going on your new kitchen. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
CBS News Brief, another night of turmoil in Minneapolis.
Back up! You got a man, you can shoot!
Mom of 6, Destiny Jackson, and her family were trying to get through anti-ICE protests when tear gas enveloped their car. She gave her baby CPR.
All I remember is, like, between every breath, I was saying, I'm going to give you every breath I have until you get yours back.
Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado has given President Trump a big gift.
I presented the President of the United States the medal of the Nobel Peace Prize.
A betting scandal rocks college basketball. FBI Special Agent in charge, Wayne Jacobs.
The crimes alleged are not victimless. This was a calculated scheme designed to manipulate outcomes, deceive fans, corrupt athletes, and undermine credibility.
20 current and former players are charged with a scheme to fix games. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
I just want to correct myself because when I said the Seahawks game will be sunny, the Seahawks game is probably going to be after dark, but we are still going to have fantastic weather for the game tomorrow, clearing out the remaining clouds today and going to be fairly clear the rest of the day. A high of 51 today and 51 tomorrow. Isn't that great for the game? Lows overnight in the mid to high 30s. 44 degrees right now in downtown Seattle. Coming up, Chris Sullivan has your choke point. A look at the ongoing work being done on the Edgewater Bridge between Mukilteo and Everett. This is KIRO News Radio.
It's hiring season at Sky Nursery.
Hi, I'm Jen, greenhouse manager here at Sky, where we've been proudly serving Seattle area gardeners since 1953. Sky Nursery is truly a fantasy plant land, but it's also a bustling environment that takes a great team to succeed. Whether you're making coffee, cashiering, or on the sales floor, we're looking for applicants who like to learn, adapt with the seasons, and go home knowing they made a difference in somebody's garden. Spring is fast approaching. Find open seasonal positions and benefits at skynursery.com.
Thank you, Dr. Wagner. I have a really bad left hip. In fact, this other doctor's like, well, you're going to have to get a hip replacement. I was like, oh, my God. He goes, how old are you? I told him, well, you're going to have to wait a couple of years because we don't want you to wear the hip out. We want you and the hip to both go to heaven together. I was like, well, in the meantime, well, try stretching, aspirin. I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm in pain. I can't sleep. I could barely walk. I'd get off a plane and I'm like struggling to even make it down the ramp. I go to see Dr. Wagner. He explains to me how the stem cell procedure works. It's 90 minutes, and I'm telling you right now, I love it. So rather than surgery, make an appointment to see Dr. Wagner. It could be the game changer for you, like it's been for a whole bunch of other people as well. So whether it's your hip or your wrist or your shoulder, your knee, check out Dr. Mark Wagner. I'm telling you right now, stem cell procedure could be the answer for you, as it's been for me. You want to find out more? drmarkwagnermd.com. That's drmarkwagnermd.com.
I'm worried.
About what?
Water.
Oh?
Hot water, if you really want to know.
Water heater worries?
Worried it's wearing down.
Running out?
The hot doesn't last like it used to.
So you're...
Worried.
I got a guaranteed fix.
Let me guess. A new water heater.
Right, but...
That's what worries me.
Well, worry no more.
Why?
What you need is an Apollo Plumbing water heater.
Because?
We include Wrenchy's worry-free warranty.
Wrenchy's what?
Worry-free warranty.
Which means?
When it wears out, we replace it.
No extra charge.
As an A-List Club member, you're covered for life.
For life?
For as long as you're an A-List member. You get annual life-extending water heater flushes included.
So it lasts longer.
Right.
And when it needs replacement,
you're covered.
With no worries.
Because it's Wrenchy's
worry-free warranty.
What else would you expect from the Ready Right Now plumbers?
Apollo Plumbing.
Home of Wrenchy's worry-free warranty.
What about tankless ones?
Worry-free too.
Gotta love that Wrenchy.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
I'm their conduit, and I'm glad to do it.
Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Hey, oh, let's go.
Now, Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
Presented by Carter Subaru.
We went from stress-free to headbanging to the Ramones.
Yeah. It's a conduit.
A conduit. So have you ever had a project where you ran into unexpected problems over and over again? Well, the city of Everett is dealing with a big one right now, and that has pushed a project months behind schedule. What are we talking about, Sully?
We're talking about the Edgewater Bridge. If you've ever driven between Everett and Mukilteo, it's the only real direct route. It just kind of hugs the cliff there, going all the way down towards the ferry dock. And the bridge was closed in the fall of 2024. That's because they were trying to replace the 57-year-old bridge over the ravine. And so what that did was cut off that direct access between those two cities. The bridge was supposed to be open in about a year, so sometime late last year. But the opening date was pushed to early this year, and now it's been pushed back to April. Months worth of delays. And, we've talked a lot about some places where contractors have had problems, or we've had strikes, or we've had things that were, kind of self-inflicted. This project has been plagued by Murphy's Law. Just about everything that could go wrong did. This is Dan Enrico, Everett's principal transportation engineer.
Unfortunately, we ran into some timbers, some bad geology, and weather conditions that have kind of pushed us to beyond our original anticipated substantial completion date.
That's the 30,000-foot view of what happened. Everett City engineer Tom Hood starts by explaining about those unexplained wood timbers and concrete that Dan was talking about there, something that they didn't expect when they started digging, and it had nothing to do with the current bridge being replaced.
There was a timber bridge prior to that, which of course we didn't have any records of, and I believe, based on what we found, they demolished the old bridge and just left it in the ravine to get covered up. And of course, we found it during construction.
And why wouldn't you just take apart an old bridge and just kind of leave it there? If you're watching on the YouTube live feed, we've got pictures that I took a video there going through the construction zone, and you get to look at what the bridge, what it looks like kind of right now. Now, one of the other issues, in addition to finding that unexpected structure under the water, is they had one of their cranes go down.
One of them actually broke down during construction, and that costed us, as you can imagine, a couple of weeks while parts were procured and repairs were done. So that was another one of those things that just set us back a little bit.
And then came the atmospheric rivers.
That rainfall actually overwhelmed our storm sewer system and sent a torrent of sheet flow of water down the ravine and took out much of the slope with it.
And some of the work that they had already done. So they had to take care of that to shore up the underside of that ravine. And, you add that all up, and you're left with this lengthy delay. Not something that the 6,000 daily drivers didn't want to hear. It's something the neighbors on either side of the bridge didn't want to hear. And that's not lost on Hood.
Our first message is empathy with the neighbors that are affected by this. The closer the people live to the bridge, the more affected they are, obviously, with the detour route and things like that. And so that is never lost on us.
Now, the good news is the work is now out of the ravine, and so the risk of new surprises is going down. As you can see on the video, if you're watching on YouTube, the bridge looks like it's okay. We're in pretty good shape because they've laid a bunch of work. They're getting really close. It looks like they're getting ready to pour some concrete. So I asked Enrico where we are exactly in the process.
All the girders are set. They are tying rebar and putting in the forms for pouring the deck. And within the next couple of weeks, we'll have a deck all the way across that bridge.
And then comes the concrete approaches. Weather is our only real concern going forward. It can be kind of fickle when it comes to laying concrete, letting it cure, things like that. They're anticipating that into their current schedule of having things open in April. Hood says they're working with the contractor, though, to pick up at the pace anywhere they can.
Once the bridge is, the deck is cured and the approach slabs are cured, the intent is to put down temporary stripe and open it to vehicular traffic at first. So that's goal number one.
Pedestrians and all the dog walkers who love to go back and forth over that bridge will have to wait a little longer than the cars to cross the new bridge. Just a reminder, a good one, that you never, ever know what you're going to find when you start digging in our state, even when you drew test wells and things like that. Yeah. They didn't find it. And everything that went wrong, that could have, did. And that's why we're left with a 4 to 6 month delay here.
I have decided in watching your video that you posted and that was on YouTube that it is very good to be Sully, because there are all these big signs that say road closed, danger, danger, bridge out, no trespassing. And there you go with your camera.
Well, the way I figure it is, if the neighbors there, I was walking up to the neighbor's house that you could see the folks that are right there at the edge of the bridge.
Imagine?
Yeah, they have to go all the way. I forgot the amount of miles it adds, but you have to go all the way up to the Boeing Freeway, all the way up over the top, down into Mukilteo, and then back all the way. It's a pretty sizable backup.
I'm glad you get that access, because it is really cool to see what goes into a huge project like this.
Yeah, and again, over a really a ravine that's really dangerous. The bridge was old; it wasn't up to standards. Apparently, the other one wasn't either, so they just buried it there. So
weird.
Yeah, if you think about it, that's how Seattle was formed, right? We just left our stuff here and built it out into Elliott Bay. Yeah. I guess that was the style at the time.
Yeah. All right.
So, as we're onions on your belt.
Onion on your belt. Yes, I
am
believe.
wondering, Sully. So, one thing that I love, my in-laws live along the Snoqualmie Valley, and a lot of the kind of bridges that go along there, there's a design element to them. Do we know, and is this a little too far in the future to know if there's going to be maybe an interesting design element, or if this is going to be a very just kind of standard bridge?
Well, for this bridge, the thing that's really cool about this bridge is they're adding a lot more to it. It's going to be a lot wider than the last one, which will provide a lot better bike and pedestrian access to it. Because when I walked it originally, the path was probably, if it was 3 feet wide, the pedestrians, it wasn't very wide. So they're adding a bunch of other stuff to it to make it more accessible for everybody in the area, which is cool, which is what they do, what everybody really does these days when they're building new bridges. They add maybe a bike lane or room for bikes and then pedestrian access on either side. So that'll be really cool when it opens.
All right. And your video is up at mynorthwest.com?
Oh, certainly. And up at X and everywhere else you can find it.
It is 44 degrees right now in downtown Seattle. We're going to warm up to 51 and be mostly clear after the remaining clouds clear out today. And tomorrow, about the same, 51 degrees. What an absolutely beautiful day for a Seahawks game. Just a quick check on your traffic. We're looking pretty good most places, but we're starting to see some traffic getting on 167 northbound at that 405 merge, and then on and off up through the landing. It looks like there's a crash on 405 northbound there. Coming up, more of your top headlines on Seattle's morning news. This is KIRO News Radio, and I'm Jillian Raftery.
The G and Ursula Show.
There's a brand new Gallup poll out that shows independents are actually now the biggest group in the country.
Weekdays 9 to noon.
Does this surprise you?
No, it's like a card trick. People in card tricks, the reason why you get fooled is because you pay attention to what they say and you don't pay attention to what they do. Most people only start paying attention when elections, policies, and things start affecting you.
Subscribe to the KIRO Newsradio YouTube channel and watch live.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy plates, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
Hey, it's John Curley with Dr. Kopstein from K2 Vision RLE. Doc, I heard that 50% of Americans have their lenses replaced by the time they're 75.
That's exactly right, John. As we near 50, our eye's natural lens starts to become dysfunctional. If you've now added readers to your need for glasses and contacts, it's a sign the quality and function of your natural lens is fading, and it's a steady decline towards cataracts.
Don't go another 20 plus years with poor vision, hassling with contacts and readers. Do what I did. Choose a quick, painless refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision RLE and start enjoying great vision now.
Our new lens technology is truly amazing. After replacing over 100,000 lenses, we have the experience to guide each patient to their best solution, even if that's recommending you wait a little while before RLE.
K2 Vision RLE can restore distance and near vision permanently, plus never develop a cataract. Read the reviews and schedule a free Zoom consultation now at k2visionrle.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo.
Your best source for local news.
Newly released police video shows the arrest of a 17-year-old.
KIRO News Radio.
Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine, and you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain, and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's danielnelsonmd.com.
Now is your time to get into a new D.R. Horton home by taking advantage of its National Red Tag Sales event going on right now through January 25th. Stop by any of its participating communities and find select Red Tag homes at incredible pricing. So whether you're buying your first home or looking for an upgrade, you don't want to miss the Red Tag Sales event going on right now. Discover the D.R. Horton difference. Visit drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder and equal housing opportunity builder.
G and Ursula on KIRO News Radio.
You're not going to be able to stop what's going to happen.
I hope he's successful.
9 to noon, streaming live on your smart speaker.
Confidence with winter driving starts at Subaru of Puyallup. Subaru's legendary all-wheel drive and advanced safety can handle rainy commutes and icy roads. Find stress-free pricing and a stress-free experience at SubaruofPuyallup.com. Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Pfizer.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. A high-profile visit to post-Maduro Venezuela. CBS News confirms CIA Director John Ratcliffe has met with interim President Delcy Rodriguez. CBS's Stacey Lynn.
The historic two-hour meeting in Caracas was aimed at rebuilding trust and opening the door to future cooperation. According to a U.S. official, Ratcliffe warned Venezuela must not support drug trafficking groups, including Tren de Aragua. Ratcliffe is the first cabinet-level official to visit Venezuela since the removal of Nicolas Maduro 12 days ago.
Yesterday, President Trump met with Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado, who hopes to lead her country. She gave him her Nobel Peace Prize medal. Machado said this morning she will be Venezuela's president, quote, when the right time comes. In Minneapolis, anti-ICE protesters ignoring the president's threat to invoke the Insurrection Act to send U.S. military troops into the city. CBS's Ian Lee is there.
You can feel the tension in Minneapolis and the surrounding area because you do have these confrontations between protesters, between federal agents. There's about 3,000 federal agents in the city, and there at times it has been quite chaotic.
Tacos and enchiladas weren't enough to head off an ICE raid.
An eyewitness told the Minnesota Star Tribune 4 ICE agents had lunch yesterday afternoon at El Tapatio in Wilmar, about 90 miles west of Minneapolis. 5 hours later, agents followed employees after they closed for the night and arrested 3 of them. When ICE agents walked into a Mexican restaurant in St. Paul, angry customers yelled at them to leave, which they eventually did. Many immigrant-owned businesses in Minnesota say they're losing revenue with customers too afraid to visit. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
U.S. lawmakers from both sides of the aisle are in Denmark meeting with Danish and Greenlandic officials on President Trump's bid to acquire Greenland. New Hampshire's Democratic Senator Jean Shaheen delivered remarks at the University of Copenhagen today.
We're concerned about what's happening as the result of the president's rhetoric. We want to say very directly to you in Denmark, to you in Greenland, we think this relationship is really important, and that's why we're here.
State police in Pennsylvania investigating a taxidermist after customers reported waiting for years and never receiving their preserved animals. State Trooper Steve Lamani.
For some of the people, they took it very personal. It's like the first deer that their child shot. It's a prized possession.
Investigators found a mess inside Forever Ridge Taxidermy in western PA, including untagged carcasses that weren't stored properly. This is CBS News.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by...
Coming up in just a moment, we'll take you live to Lumen Field, where Luke Ducey is already getting ready for tomorrow's big game. First, at 6:03, let's check traffic. Sully has the day off. Ted Beaner's here. Good morning.
Good morning. He has this fun assignments, doesn't he, sometimes?
Luke, yeah.
Yeah, he
Go
does.
hang out at the field and talk to fans.
Exactly. All right, looking at traffic-wise at this point, southbound I-5 on the main line, it is moving well at this point. Expected to begin stacking up soon south of Northgate. Your Everett to Seattle drive time and going down to Bellevue, both of those are right around a half hour at this moment. Now, if you're heading north, northbound 167 has slowing approaching 405. All other roadways are doing fine, including the Narrows and Lake Bridges. Northbound 405 does have some slowing from the Renton Curves to Sunset. Up at the Cascades, all passes have no restrictions. And a reminder, the Mukilteo ferry riders, today is one of those wing wall repair days. We'll have ferry sailing suspended from about 9:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. this afternoon. Some drive times. Olympia to Tacoma is under 35 minutes. Tacoma to Seattle is just under 40 minutes. Puyallup to Renton is a half hour. And Renton to Bellevue is 14 minutes. I'm Ted Beener with KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic.
Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Live from East Lake Avenue.
You're listening to Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Well, good Friday morning. It is 6:04. Charlie has the day off. Well, here we go. The Seahawks go head-to-head again with a spot in the NFC Championship game at stake. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is live this morning outside Lumen Field, where the city is already buzzing with excitement. Luke?
Manda, hey, happy Blue Friday.
Right?
Good morning, everyone. Right, yeah, let's get excited about the Seahawks. Yeah, it's 6 a.m., but let's go. Let's get going. Let's kick this thing off. I'm outside Lumen Field right now. The blue lights are illuminating the arches on the roof. Take a look if you're driving by going to work right now on I-5. Just take a look over the stadium. Looks really, really sharp. Crews have been getting the stadium ready all week long, of course. If you're watching on the YouTube feed, I think we're playing this video. I got a sneak peek at the field yesterday. I got into the stadium. Oh. You're only going to see this video right here.
Cool.
They have the end zones painted blue, new playoff stencils on the 25-yard lines, and take a look at the Hawkeye in this video, looking sharp. They had it roped off. I was not allowed to walk up to it or touch it, but I got pretty close. Hey, Seahawks crews also walked over to T-Mobile Park yesterday, painted a big Seahawk logo on the baseball field. That's really awesome. I know you're going to see it on TV because they also painted a Fox logo on there as well. Hey, this is the biggest game of the season by far. The winner moves on, of course, to the NFC Championship for a chance to go to the Super Bowl. If the Seahawks win, we come right back here to Lumen Field next week and play either the Rams or the Chicago Bears. Now, tomorrow's game is against, of course, one of our biggest rivals, the 49ers. A lot of important, fierce games have been played here over the years. For the first time these two teams met was back in September 23rd, 1976. They've played each other a total of 56 times. The Seahawks lead the all-time series 32 games to 24. That's wins to losses. And if you add up all the points scored in all those games, the Hawks have outscored the 49ers by an average of 4 points per game. So let's keep that rolling. But I got to ask you a question, Manda. How are you feeling about this game?
Okay, but a little bit more nervous as it gets closer.
Yeah, a lot of people do. I asked a bunch of 12s that very same question. Maybe a lot of you out there feel like Aisha.
I'm excited. I'm a Seattle native, and it's great to see us playing at this level. Just thinking about how far the Mariners just made it, and for us to be here, it's great.
Yeah, go Mariners, go Seahawks. But you know what? I'm like you, Amanda. I feel a lot more like Tom.
San Francisco just gives us a tough time. You know, I couldn't stop pacing last game. I couldn't relax. Even though we were dominating, we couldn't score. Those missed field goals were huge.
Yeah, they were. Arnold, though, he makes a great point, too.
I'm really excited, but even more than that, as a fan of the game, I wasn't expecting this group of Seahawks to manage this feat thus far.
Yeah, a young group of players that are just peaking at the right moment. Fantastic to watch them play. Hey, we're going to hear from our fellow 12s all morning long. Your superstitions, your predictions, your messages to 49ers fans. Stick around for that. There's some pretty sharp words for 49ers fans. Hey, and I've also got trivia for you all morning long. So we're going to start off with an easy one. Every half an hour, I'm going to ask you a new trivia question. I'm going to give you the answer to this one at the bottom of the hour. Play along on the text line. You're going to have a lot of fun with this. All right, let's start off. Here you go. What is the official name? There is an official name. What is the official name of the Hawks-49ers rivalry? Again, got to come up with the answer to that one at the bottom of the hour. Hey, you can still buy tickets to the game. The lowest price I've seen on Ticketmaster, around $450 a seat. But also coming up at the bottom of the hour, who's buying those tickets? The Seahawks want to make sure season ticket holders sell them to other 12s, not Niners fans. We don't want to see any red in the stadium. So again, more on that coming up.
All right,
you guys.
Luke, tell your friend Tom that there's no relaxing in playoff football.
There's no relaxing. A lot of pacing.
All right, Luke, thank you. Well, if you're not nervous yet, this might do it. Quarterback Sam Darnold has been added to the injury report, listed as questionable because of an injury to his oblique.
In routes on air, just kind of felt a little something in my oblique. Just didn't want to push it. Wasn't the day to push it, so that was it. So just came inside, got some rehab, and feel like I'll be ready to go for Saturday.
Producer David says not going to be a problem. Getting to the Seahawks game tomorrow, that'll be just about as tough as fans as it was for the team to make the playoffs. KIRO News Radio's Jillian Raftery explains.
Revive I-5 is underway on the Ship Canal Bridge, blocking 2 northbound lanes. The express lanes are open northbound, but that's left southbound drivers with up to 10 miles of backups between Linwood and Seattle. To get around that, there will be special sounder trains leaving Lakewood at 1:51 p.m. and Everett at 2:45 p.m. Scheduled maintenance on Link Light rail stations has been postponed, so all stations will be open that day downtown. You can check out the game day transit guide on mynorthwest.com. Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
You want to talk more Hawks? Stay with us. The Mike McDonald preview coming up at 6:15.
Keeping you informed since 1974.
This is the city's longest-running radio news show.
Seattle's Morning News on KIRO News Radio.
All right, we made it to Friday, January 16th. Charlie Harger has the day off. I'm Manda Factor. Chris Sullivan is out today, so Ted Biener is here checking traffic on the 3s. About a half an hour or so, it's going to start getting really busy from the north end,
Yeah, that's
right?
what I'm expecting. Yep.
All right. Producer David Burbank is here in the studio with me. Brady Robick is in for Nick Krasha. And Jillian Raftery at the news desk this morning. This hour of Seattle's Morning News is sponsored by American Crawl Space and Pest Control. As I mentioned, Mike McDonald preview is coming up. And also, KIRO News Radio's Paul Holden has your weekend planner. It's now 6:10. A bill banning law enforcement officers from wearing face coverings on duty has passed out of its first committee. Senate Bill 5855 would let people sue federal agents who hide their identities during detentions. Democrat Javier Valdez is the prime sponsor.
It's about trust and transparency.
Republican Jeff Holy called the bill pointless and unconstitutional.
This bill is optics, pure optics.
That bill now heads to the Rules Committee. And Pierce County Sheriff Keith Swank spoke in Olympia yesterday against the bill. He said if it passes, he will encourage deputies to wear masks just to provoke lawmakers. Now the state sheriff's association may kick him out. The group says his comments to lawmakers sounded like threats.
I don't recognize your authority to impose these controls over me. And when you try to remove me from office, thousands of Pierce County residents will surround the county city building in downtown Tacoma and will not allow that to happen.
The association says his remarks were inflammatory and don't reflect their views. Hundreds of people turned out yesterday morning for a protest against ICE and deportations at the King County Airport in Seattle. They say they stand in opposition to ICE taking people off the streets, separating families, and stoking fear. Here's protester Mickey Rowe.
I think that family separation is state violence. They're not following any checks or balances or giving people due process. And we need to start calling it violence because that's what it is.
The group says other protests are already in the works. Olympia may soon protect more than traditional families, and the City Council voted this week to draft a new ordinance. Councilmember Robert Vanderpool says it would cover polyamorous and other diverse households.
This is not taking away anything. This is allowing more folks to have protections, and I think that is important, especially right now where we are in the world.
According to the Olympian, the goal is to adopt this February 10th, just before Valentine's Day. Olympia would be the first city in Washington with those protections. And the Bellevue Police Department is cracking down on speeders and street racers. If you're caught, you can expect zero tolerance.
Bellevue Police has long taken cues from its citizens, and now many have apparently expressed concerns about speeding drivers who make them feel unsafe. So, beginning this weekend, patrol officers will implement a Safer Roads initiative targeting speeders and street racers who jeopardize lives. Bellevue PD's Drew Anderson.
Whenever you're traveling in an urban area, in an urban setting, and you are choosing to street race, you are putting the lives of others at risk.
Anderson says the Safer Roads initiative will continue all over Bellevue indefinitely. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
It's now 6:12, and that's time for a check on the weather. And for that, we say good morning and happy Blue Friday to KIRO 7's Nick Allard. Good morning.
Good morning. It's exciting. We have some chilly conditions this morning in the 30s and 40s, but it's all good because you're going to see sunshine today. Right now, we do have some fog if you are in Snohomish County and a little bit in Mason County. Not much more besides that. So it's going to be low clouds more than anything else. Low clouds early then, and then sunshine. Yes, a little bit of patchy fog, but also that will lift. You have some light northerly breezes today that will help to clear things out. And I will also tell you that it will be gusty to breezy, or not even maybe even breezy to windy in the Cascade foothills where gusts could be closer to 30 and 40. But overall then, sunshine and low 50s today. Not much in the way of fog at all tomorrow. Maybe very, very patchy or isolated spots in the morning. Otherwise, just sunshine and also low 50. So for the game, obviously at 5, we're talking about, not the sun anymore, but still clear conditions and gorgeousness and light wind out of the north. Sunshine on Sunday and Monday. And then we do start to see some more clouds, and probably by Thursday, cooler weather and some showers. And that would mean some at least snow in the mountains. I mean, at least a little bit, not any kind of craziness at this point, but we don't have any chance for moisture until then. And we have sunshine through the weekend. Nice little stretch of it'll probably end up being 9-10 days of dry weather.
I like gorgeousness. We'll take it, Nick.
Gorgeousness.
Thank you.
You may use it.
Thank you. Right now it's cloudy and 43 in Seattle. At 6:14, that's time for traffic. We do it every 10 minutes. Chris Sullivan is off today, so we head over to Ted Beener.
Thank you, Amanda. This traffic report is brought to you by the Pro Shop. Northbound 405 at Sunset, we've got a new crash reported blocking the right lane. We got traffic backing up to about 167, and it is spilling over onto northbound 167. Otherwise, Puget Sound roadways are moving pretty well with a few exceptions. Southbound I-5 is starting to become more crowded from Northgate to downtown thanks to the northbound Ship Canal Bridge roadwork, and the express lanes again solely going northbound. The Narrows Bridge and the Lake Bridges are moving well. And a heads up for I-90 drivers, all westbound lanes will close at 10 p.m. tonight between Mercer Island and Seattle for road work, and will reopen Saturday morning by about 6 a.m. Some drive times, Everett to Seattle, Bellevue, both of those are close to a half hour. Coming in from the south end, Olympia to Tacoma is under 35 minutes. Federal Way to Seattle is 22 minutes. Puyallup to Renton is a half hour. And Renton to Bellevue, that has climbed to 25 minutes. Gear up for the playoffs. Shop postseason gear in store at Lumen Field or The Landing in Renton. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Ted Beener.
Hear from the coach first.
Here we go, start fast! Here we go!
This is the Mike McDonald Preview. Here's your host, Steve Rabel.
Well, Mike, it seems like a month ago since the season finale, the big win down in San Francisco to lock up that number one seed. How did this last week go? You didn't take the week off. You still worked. You gave the guys a couple of days away. But how important was that, not only for you guys, the coaches, but for the players too? Get a little bit of rest.
Well, I think it was imperative. I mean, it did make sense to kind of stay here and bang your head against the wall and just work for the sake of working. I think the strategy behind it was, hey, the vision was, hey, let's show up to work on Monday and feel ready to go fresh with a full week's of work ahead of us, and let's try to stay sharp in the meanwhile. And I think we accomplished that. We were a little rusty at the beginning of the week, but our practice on football Thursday was tremendous, and so we're looking forward to football Friday and the rest of the week.
And it's also good. I mean, you may disagree with this, but you might be as healthy as you've been all year, and with the opportunity perhaps to get a few really good players back, not the least of which is your left tackle, Cross, Bryant, your safety, Arroyo, the rookie tight end. Those guys have a good week, still looking good, looking promising for this weekend.
Yeah, very optimistic for just about all those guys. Still a process going all the way into game time. But yeah, we're really blessed to be where we're at with the guys that are available and the minimum amount of guys we've lost for the year. I'll tell you what, I've thought about that recently, and our strength staff deserves a massive shout out for the offseason program they put together. Our training staff on the daily things that they do, those daily inputs to strengthen guys and kind of attack those things ahead of time has been phenomenal. The program they put together, and really our players deserve the bulk of the credit too. With you have to be bought in to get calloused in the off season, so you can kind of mitigate as much risk as you possibly can. Anytime you step on the field, there's going to be injury risk. Unfortunately, that's the way it goes. But I really believe our guys did the absolute most they could do to put themselves in position to really be ready to go for the long haul. So really proud of the effort, and I think they realize that it's paid off for them as well.
Yeah, that group you have down there in the weight training and nutrition and performance and all of that, it was something that back in the day and not all that distant past, that you didn't look at like weightlifting and conditioning as something that prevents something later in the season. It was, I got to get stronger, I got to get bigger, I need to put on weight, I need to take off weight. But this is a whole different sense of science now.
It is, absolutely. And you know what? I think this is an edge for us that we need to chase moving forward. I think just where like science is and where it's going, I think there's going to be a lot of things that come out that maybe we could be ahead of the competition on that front, and we got the people to do it. And the time is not now to look into those things, but in future years to come and off seasons to come, I really believe that we can put together some great plans and find out some great ways to help our guys.
Yeah. All right, the time right now is to prepare for facing the 49ers. Third time during the course of this season. How big a difference does it make or not make preparing for the Niners again?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I haven't. I don't think none of us have had the experience of playing the game for that amount of stakes at the end of the season, and then kind of doubling down on the next game where we're playing them again, and then you're also changing venues. So there's a lot of things that does actually change in terms of operation. And as we said, these games kind of go in all sorts of different ways. We both know each other so well, and there's going to be some scheme things that matter in the game, but I think we know each other to the point where it's going to come down to who can win the matchups. Whether it's a one-on-one thing that happens, or what the collective situations that each team can take advantage of that will ultimately determine the outcome of the game.
You talked this week, Mike, and you were talking about how sometimes you tend to overthink things, as a lot of us might do. Is there anything that, when you're just sitting in your office and you have about 30 seconds to think, anything that you're thinking that I have to guard against as we prepare the guys this week, or as you prepare yourself for this week?
I always, when it comes to an impasse, it's just, hey, trust your guys. Just what do we do? What are we good at? Let the guys go play. Take it off their plate so they can go nail it. Now, if it's worth the extra investment and time and effort and scheme that we're obviously ready and willing to do that, but you also have to pick your battles on that front. So when in doubt, let the guys go rip it. Practice this week, really good practices. Guys are probably chomping at the bit. Yeah, our speeds, we probably practiced too hard. The guys, we had to slow them down, on the first practice of the week. And anytime you're taking a time off, there's going to be some sort of recalibration amount of time that you're gonna have to go through. And I'll tell you what, our intent was great. The guys' attention to detail was great. There's some things we missed, and we're just off on a beat. And then the second practice was tremendous. The guys did a great job. And then we'll go into our football Friday, football Saturday program, and we'll be ready to play. Finally, you mentioned this week, and I'm interested to hear how this works. In a week where you're going against a rival, and it's as much at stake as there is. But you talked about loose and focused, that's a kind of a concept that a lot of people would think, do those things really go together, loose and focused? Yeah, that's we talk about, quote unquote, how we roll around here, and that was kind of in meeting number one. And it's you have a vision about how you want to operate on a day-to-day basis. When I was a young fella, I'd put a lot of pressure on myself to be right all the time and didn't want to get yelled at, and it's like I was tight, and I don't think you get the best version of yourself when that happens. I was focused, but I was, but I was tight. Yeah. And some guys are the opposite. Some guys are too loose. They're not locked in when they need to be, and there's a happy medium somewhere in the middle. And I think the cool part is it does allow you to be in the sweet spot of what's best for you and the team. And I think it ultimately creates an environment where you can be really, really productive and do great things, and also, enjoy the process of making it come to life as well. And I think we're pretty dang close to hitting that on a daily basis. So it's a lot of fun. I'm just trying to picture you when you were a young guy. I mean, for crying out loud, you're a young guy now. But at any rate, you have got a team that is going into the divisional playoffs here at home, which is a huge deal. Congratulations. I didn't even have a chance to do that. Congratulations on the big win in Santa Clara to get back here for the next, hopefully, 2 games. Mike, good luck. We will talk pregame and continue the great work. All right. Thanks, brother. Good to see you, Steve. Good to see you, Mike.
Is it kickoff yet? 5 o'clock tomorrow evening. You'll hear all the action here on KIRO News Radio. 6:23 right now. We need to check traffic. We do that every 10 minutes on the threes, and Ted Beener is in for Sully.
All right, I got some good news on northbound 405 at Sunset. That earlier crash has moved over to the right shoulder, and all lanes are back open, yet traffic is backed up to 167, actually spilling over onto northbound 167. Your Renton to Bellevue drive time, that is now a half hour. Should start to really settle down here pretty soon. Otherwise, southbound I-5 on the main line, it is starting to stack up from Northgate into downtown. Your Everett to Seattle drive time has risen now to about 35 minutes, and down to Bellevue, that's a half hour. All other roadways doing pretty fine, including the Narrows and Lake Bridges. Now, if you're planning to head into eastern Washington this weekend on I-90, the Bullfrog overpass replacement finished several weeks ahead of schedule. And up in the Cascades, all the passes have no restrictions. Some drive times, Olympia to Tacoma is under 35 minutes. Tacoma to Seattle has risen to 45 minutes. And Puyallup to Renton, that again is a half hour. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Ted Biener.
Our forecast, we're seeing clouds this morning, but some sunshine by afternoon. 51 the high for today. Mostly sunny right on through the weekend with highs around 50. Overnight lows in the mid-30s. This dry stretch is going to stick with us through, it looks like, at least Thursday now. Right now it is cloudy and 43 in Seattle. And coming up, KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is already live outside Lumen Field, where fans are already buzzing with excitement over tomorrow's Seahawks playoff game. We'll check in with him and also get to your opening bell report. This is Seattle's Morning News.
2 wins away from the Super Bowl.
It's time to eat, boys.
The first obstacle, a hated rival.
Purdy has time, throws to the middle, intercepted.
Victim to some of the greatest playoff moments in Seahawks history.
Welcome to the dark side. Richard Sherman tips it. Whole city going up like it's our time.
Seahawks, 49ers.
All teed up.
The divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
You know how we do it. Better bring your hard hat when you can illumine.
Tomorrow night, kickoff at 5 on the home of the Seahawks. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
You know, if you've saved more than $300,000 for retirement, that's something to be proud of. But I want to give you a heads up about something a lot of people don't think about until it's too late. Taxes. Taxes on your IRA and 401k withdrawals. Taxes on your Social Security, taxes on your retirement income. When you add it all up, this could actually be your biggest expense in retirement. And nobody wants to give the government more than they have to. That's why I want to tell you about the folks at Boss Retirement Solutions. They are offering a free, customized retirement tax savings analysis. No cost, no obligation. They will show you the strategies that could significantly reduce what you owe, so more of your money stays right where it belongs, with you. Boss has 2 locations here in the Seattle area. Give them a call at 206-210-1350. That's 206-210-1350. They'll take care of you. 206-210-1350.
Advisory services offered through Boss Retirement Advisors. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. No statement contained herein should constitute tax, legal, or investment advice.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
For a long time, I thought retirement planning was mostly about hitting a number. Get there, and then life starts. Hi, this is Ursula Royteen. What Trajan Wealth helped me see is that the number is really only part of the story. At Trajan Wealth, their advisors are fiduciaries, which means they're obligated to put your needs first, and they start by asking how you actually want your life to feel. When Mark and I sat down with them, we talked about having more time with family, more time to travel, and how to make thoughtful choices without feeling like we had to put today on hold for tomorrow. I have goals for today and for when I retire. If you're ready to start the new year with straight talk and thoughtful guidance, call Trajan Wealth today and schedule a free meeting. Trajan, spelled Trajan. Call 206-656-3300. That's 206-656-3300, or visit TrajanWealth.com.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC. SEC registered investment advisor. Client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Guys, if your energy is low, your strength isn't what it used to be, or your drive feels off, it's not just getting older. For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Washington, you can start with a free T-check, exam, and consultation, so you get real answers about your testosterone levels and overall health. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. This isn't guesswork or one-size-fits-all treatment. Revive specializes in personalized, closely monitored testosterone care designed to help men feel stronger, sharper, and more like themselves again. With over 120,000 patients treated since 2011, Revive Men's Health is trusted for results, not hype. If you've been putting this off, now is the time to act. Claim your free T-check and consultation and see if you qualify for 25% off TRT. This month only. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply, must medically qualify.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-897-4400. That's 800-897-4400.
Compassion, communication, results. That's Pendergast Law Personal Injury Lawyers. Go to pendergastlaw.com. That's pendergastlaw.com.
Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Live from East Lake Avenue.
You're listening to Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Charlie has the day off. Good morning. It is 6:30, and it's almost time. Seahawks, Niners, and a spot in the NFC Championship game at stake. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is antsy. He's already live outside Lumen Field this morning, where the city is buzzing with excitement. Luke?
I'm antsy and I'm nervous for the game, but I know the Seahawks are going to win. Hey, outside Lumen Field, they got all the lights, on top of the stadium, illuminated the blue against those arches. If you're driving along on I-5, take a look over. Looks pretty slick. They've also got this stadium on lockdown. There's security all around the stadium. I mean, they told me yesterday when I was here doing some stuff, going inside the stadium, getting some video for you that's playing on the YouTube feed right now. Check it out. You're only going to see it right here. The field looks amazing. Well, they put the stadium on lockdown. They got it ready to go, and they said, you know what? We can't let anyone in or out. Security is pretty tight. But, Amanda, remember last time I was outside of T-Mobile Park, and I saw some weird stuff. Saw a guy smoking copious amounts of marijuana.
How could we forget?
Early in the morning. Right. How could we forget weed guy? Well, turns out weird things happen here outside Lumen Field, too. So get this. These are weird things I've seen so far this morning. Maybe this is going to be a segment by itself. Saw a guy walking his dog and pushing a doggy stroller at the same time. Then he reached down and pulled out a second dog and came to the one grassy area outside Lumen Field and let them do their business. That's not so weird. But then I saw a second and a third person. 3 people now walking doggy strollers. So apparently that's a thing here for people who live down here in the condos is doggy strollers. But here's the other weird thing. They had to dodge another dude who was driving a remote control car in the North End parking lot at 6 a.m.
Oh, my
6
goodness.
a.m. Weird stuff to see. All right. Hey, if you're watching on the YouTube feed, again, check this out. When on the video, you're going to see it. They were testing out the light show for the pregame and the halftime. Lil Jon's playing at halftime. They let me walk out onto the field, which is crazy. I just had a great time. And, years ago, I got to paint the Hawkeye, actually. That was the year the Hawks won the Super Bowl. I'm going to post that photo on X at Luke KIRO for you to see. This is a big game, folks. The winner moves on to the NFC Championship, of course, for a chance to go to the Super Bowl. And there are still plenty of tickets available on the resale market. You're going to pay $450 for the upper deck, more than $1,200 to be near the field. That's on Ticketmaster so far. But speaking of tickets, the one thing the Seahawks are trying to prevent this year is season ticket holders selling their tickets to 49ers fans. I asked a season ticket holder about that. Here's what Saul told me.
I'm not selling mine. My wife wouldn't let me sell them even if I wanted to. It frustrates me when you see more fans, like visiting fans and home fans here. So I don't want to be part of that.
Yeah, so the Seahawks actually sent emails to a lot of season ticket holders telling them if they do not use their tickets for this game or other playoff games, they risk not being considered for season tickets next year. They don't want to see a sea of red in Lumen Field tomorrow night. No one wants to see that, and that's what Saul and other fans say they fear the most.
What scares me is like the Green Bay game from last year, where they completely took us out of the stadium. That's what worries me, because if that happens, because I know there's a lot of 49er fans in Washington.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, the Seahawks and the 49ers have met twice in the postseason. We won, of course, the 2013 NFC Championship right here at Lumen Field, and they beat us in a wild card game back in 2022. That was down in Santa Clara. Tomorrow will be the tiebreaker, the postseason tiebreaker. All right. Let's move on to our trivia question that I asked you at 6 o'clock. Manda, David, Ted, did you play along? And the question was, what's the name of the rivalry between the Hawks and the 49ers?
Why do I not know this?
I don't recall it either. As soon as you say it, I'll remember it.
David?
No, I don't remember there being an official name for it. They used to just call it an iconic rivalry.
That's close. There's an I in it.
Oh.
It is the I-5 rivalry.
Oh, of course.
I know.
Duh.
That's what I think of the Sonics and the Trailblazers as the I-5 rivalry.
Totally. Well, that's another one. It can be a lot of things.
All right, Luke.
All right, that was lame. I told you that was a lame one. All right, it's just getting us kicked off. Here's the next one for the top of the hour. Are you playing along on the text line? I want to hear your answers on the text line, too. All right, here you go. It's going to get tougher throughout the morning. Which Seahawks kicker scored the most points against the 49ers in a single season? Ooh. Seahawks kicker, most points, single season. Don't answer right now. We'll have the answer coming up at 7. Also coming up at 7. Hey, do you all have Seahawk superstitions? I'm talking to the 12s right now. I do, and I know you all in the studio do. I'm going to ask you about yours. So do a lot of other 12s, and we're going to share those superstitions coming up again at the top of the hour. We'll see you then.
All right, Luke, thank you. If you'd like to hit up the text line for the trivia question, it's 888-973-5476. Let's check traffic now. We need to get to that. We're a little bit late.
Yeah, we're a little late, but I'll move on here. This traffic report is brought to you by Subaru of Puyallup. On northbound 405 at Sunset, that earlier crash, it's over on the right shoulder. All lanes are open. Traffic is solid, though, going back to the Renton curves and also on northbound 167 from 180th to 405. Your Renton to Bellevue drive time, it's holding steady at about a half hour. Otherwise, Puget Sound roadways are moving well. We do have some exceptions, though, and you could predict this. Southbound I-5 has become stacked up from about 145th down to the Ship Canal Bridge, thanks to the northbound Ship Canal Bridge roadwork and the express lanes solely going northbound. Also, southbound 405 has got merged crowding as you go through the Canyon Park area. Northbound I-5 is starting to slow from Albro into downtown. Reminder for Mukilteo ferry riders, today is one of those wing wall repair days, and the ferry ceilings are going to be suspended from 9:30 a.m. to about 1 o'clock today. Some drive times, Everett to Seattle, now up to 40 minutes, and down to Bellevue, that's about 35 minutes. Coming in from the south end, Olympia to Tacoma is under 35 minutes. Federal Way to Seattle is 30 minutes. 22 of those are from South Center, and Puyallup to Renton, that is 30 minutes. Confident winter driving starts at Subaru of Puyallup. Find stress-free pricing at SubaruofPuyallup.com and enjoy a stress-free buying experience at Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership. I'm Ted Beanon with KIRO Newsradio Real-Time Traffic.
And our forecast, some clouds around this morning, but partly sunny by afternoon, 51 the high. Tomorrow and Sunday, beautiful, mostly sunny both days with highs around 50. Right now in Seattle, it is mostly cloudy and 43 degrees, and it's 6:37. That's time for your opening bell report. President Trump says he can lower what you pay for health care. He announced the Great Health Care Plan this week, and News Nation's Alicia Neves has details.
This Great Health Care Plan is pretty broad, more of an outline with 4 main objectives. 1, lowering drug prices, lowering insurance premiums, which includes sending those subsidies that we see for Obamacare now, that money directly to Americans and their health savings account so they can choose their own health insurance. Holding insurance companies accountable and maximizing price transparency. Now, the White House says that this plan is more of a framework for Congress to create the actual legislation.
There is no timeline on when the proposal could take effect. The White House believes it will get bipartisan support and is urging Congress to pass it. The U.S. and Taiwan have struck a new trade deal that has irritated China. BBC News and North America business correspondent Samira Hussein has more on what both sides get in the deal.
The investment by Taiwanese semiconductor and technology companies will help achieve the U.S. goal of bringing 40% of Taiwan's building capacity to the U.S. So what does Taiwan get in return? Well, it gets a big reprieve from the Trump administration's reciprocal tariffs, which will now be capped at 15%.
What was once a Georgetown brewery could soon be home sweet home. GGLO Architects will pitch their plan today to Seattle's Landmarks Preservation Board. They want to turn the old malt house into apartments. The building is on Airport Way South, just north of Boeing Field. According to the Puget Sound Business Journal, it was part of the Seattle Brewing and Malting Company back in the 1890s. Of course, that plant later became Rainier Brewing, famous for the Big Red R. The city council still needs to sign off before anything moves forward. And Amazon is moving forward with more office space in Bellevue.
The company plans to finish towers it put on hold in 2022. That includes Bellevue 600's first tower and 2 buildings at West Main. Shell work was done, but construction stopped as Amazon reassessed during the pandemic. The company already restarted 2 other towers last year. Amazon says these projects will help it reach 25,000 employees in Bellevue. According to the Puget Sound Business Journal, Amazon is the city's largest employer now. Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Trading's underway on this Friday on Wall Street, and the Dow is up a whopping 4 points at 49,446. S&P 500 is up 19, and the NASDAQ is up about 122 right now. A word for KIRO 7 News, live starting at 4. It's news that puts you there so you can see for yourself. News that's happening now so you're ready. News that investigates to get you answers. News that's local because where you live matters. No more, no now on KIRO 7 News at 4, 5, and 6 p.m. 6:39 now. What's coming up in traffic, Ted?
I'm keeping an eye on what's going on with our southbound I-5 commute into downtown Seattle. Details coming shortly.
The opening bell is brought to you by Legacy Group Capital Common Sense Lending.
Life's expensive enough, isn't it? Groceries, gas, kids' activities. Sometimes your roof needs replacing, but your budget says not now. Hi, I'm Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. We want to help with an offer to lift that weight off your shoulders. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months. Or save up to $3,000 on a new roof today. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
Excite Fight Live MMA brings you a night of raw adrenaline and heart-pounding action. See the fiercest fighters go head-to-head at Muckleshoot Casino Resort at 7 p.m. on Saturday, January 31st. Tickets are selling fast. Get yours before they're gone at muckleshootcasino.com. It's a fight night like you wouldn't believe. Don't miss Live MMA Saturday, January 31st at Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-771-1300. That's 800-771-1300.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
It's 6:43. That's time for traffic. We do that every 10 minutes. And here's Ted Beener.
All right, on northbound 405 at Sunset, that earlier crash, it's over on the right shoulder. All lanes are open. Traffic, though, that remains pretty solid back through the Renton curves and also onto 167 northbound from about 180th to 405. Your Renton to Bellevue drive time still hanging in there at about a half hour. Otherwise, southbound I-5 on the main line, that has clearly become sluggish already from Shoreline to the Ship Canal Bridge. Your Everett to Seattle drive time is now up to 43 minutes, and to Bellevue is 35 minutes, and that includes some merge crowding as you go through the Canyon Park area. All other roadways are doing pretty well, and that includes the Narrows and Lake Bridges, though northbound I-5 has some slowing from Albro into downtown. And a heads up for I-90 drivers, all westbound lanes will close at 10 p.m. tonight between Mercer Island and Seattle, and that's for road work, and it will reopen Saturday morning around 6 a.m. Other drive times coming in from the south end, Olympia to Tacoma is under 35 minutes. Federal Way to Seattle is 30 minutes. 22 of those are from South Center, and Puyallup to Renton, is 30 minutes. I'm Ted Beener with KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic.
Friday morning, you're going to see some clouds around, but peaks of sunshine by afternoon, 51 the high, and then we continue this really nice dry stretch of weather. For Saturday and Sunday, mostly sunny, 51 tomorrow, same deal on Sunday. We'll only be in the upper 40s on Monday, but the sunshine continues. Looks like our next chance of rain in the forecast is not until Thursday. Right now, it's cloudy and 43 in Seattle, and if you're not watching football or talking about football or tailgating, there are some other things to do around town. Coming up, KIRO News Radio's Paul Holden will have your weekend planner here on Seattle's Morning News.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
When you walked through your kitchen this morning, what'd you see? Did it make you happy? Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Well, I want to make you happy. We'll custom build you all new cabinet doors and drawer fronts, and using our exclusive 1/4-inch solid wood refacing process, transform your existing cabinets into a beautiful new kitchen. Add a custom quartz countertop, change things up a bit, add some more cabinets, install some cool new features like soft close drawers and sliding shelves, whatever you like. We'll help you to create the new kitchen you'll be proud of. All in about a week, and all with way less mess, hassle, time, and expense than to tear out. Stop waiting. For 18 years, we've been honored to serve thousands of happy customers, and we'd love to serve you. Call today and I'll get one of our pros to come out and show you how easy and comfortable it'll be to get going on your new kitchen. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
John Curley here. You know that moment when your house feels colder than it should? You turn up the thermostat and nothing? For over a decade, I've trusted the team at Home Comfort Alliance. They show up when they say they will, and they get straight to work, and they do it right. They've been keeping homes comfortable for over 40 winters. Remember, for all your heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs, including standby generators, call the Comfort People, Home Comfort Alliance, or visit homecomfortalliance.com.
Seattle's Morning News on KIRO News Radio.
6:47 on your Friday morning. Well, it is going to be a busy weekend around Seattle, especially around Pioneer Square and the stadiums. But if you're still looking for something fun to do, there is lots of it. KIRO News Radio's Paul Holden has you covered.
It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Friday then, it's Saturday, Sunday, what?
We've hit our first holiday weekend of 2026, and with Seahawks playoffs and lots going on in the region, we got a lot of things to talk about. It is MLK weekend, and Saturday it's the 2026 MLK Day March and Celebration. The event starts at 11 at Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Park with speeches and entertainment. Then at 12:30, the youth-led march from the park to the Rainier Community Center begins. Following the march, there will be live music, art, food, and opportunities to learn about Dr. King's work and message. There's also the 53rd Annual Community Celebration at South Seattle College on Friday starting at 9:30. The MLK Celebration at the Federal Way Performing Arts and Events Center on Saturday from 10:30 to 1. Then on Monday, MLK Day itself, there are service projects going on throughout the city during the United Way King County 2026 MLK Day of Service. The Washington Service Corps is also putting on a series of service projects as well. Fans of Neil Diamond will want to head to the Paramount Theater to catch A Beautiful Noise, the Neil Diamond musical. The show tells the story of the legendary performer and features lots of his music. If you want to learn more about the show, Seattle's Morning News had the chance to meet some of the cast, which you can check out on our YouTube channel. Tickets are still available at the Paramount's website. Take a trip down the Yellow Brick Road at Mopop this weekend during its 2-day celebration of the iconic Wizard of Oz franchise. On Saturday and Sunday, you'll have your choice of 2 films in the morning and 2 in the afternoon, including the original film, the Muppets version, the sequel, Return to Oz, Wicked, and more. There will also be crafts and activities for you and the kids, Wizard of Oz tabletop games, and on Sunday, there will be a panel discussion with director Alexandre Felipe. Get information and tickets on Mopop's website. If you're looking for something to do with the kids before kickoff on Saturday, Edmunds is putting on Kids Stock. This free event has everything you need for a fun day with your kids, including live performances, workshops about puppet making, dancing, science, art from around the world, and music, plus a gym full of carnival games, activities, and a fire truck to check out. Plus, enjoy some root beer from the Gallagher's Root Beer Garden, balloon animals, and food trucks. Kidstock is Saturday starting at 9:30 at the Edmunds Center. For more family fun in Puyallup at the Washington State Fairgrounds, there will be hundreds of vendors and impressive model train layouts at the Great Train Show. The show runs Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 4. Kids 11 and under get in free. The Seattle Seahawks are just 2 wins away from the Super Bowl as they take on the dreaded San Francisco 49ers Saturday night. If you couldn't get tickets to the game, there are still plenty of watch parties like the one at the dock in Fremont, at Gasworks Brewing, and the tailgate and watch party at Victory Hall. If it's a place with a screen, odds are the Seahawks will be on. How are you enjoying your long weekend? Let me know at Paul H. at KIRORadio.com. Paul Holden, KIRO News Radio.
Well, Kathleen Kennedy spent more than 13 years at the helm of Lucasfilm. She's stepping down, and Star Wars will have new leaders, as we hear from CBS News correspondent Allison Keyes.
Kathleen Kennedy oversaw a lucrative period since Disney acquired it in 2012, from a massive trilogy to acclaimed spinoffs, including The Mandalorian.
This is the way. This is the way.
Now Dave Filoni and Lin-Wen Brennan will pilot Star Wars into its 6th decade and beyond. Filoni will handle the creative side, and Brennan will deal with the finances. Kennedy was a hugely successful Hollywood producer, including Jurassic Park and E.T. E.T. Phone home. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
Get this, under Kennedy's leadership, the Star Wars franchise earned more than $5.6 billion at the box office. Well, you need a little popcorn with your movie. National Popcorn Day is coming up Monday, but some big theater chains are offering deals starting today. Here's CBS News correspondent Jesse Mitchell.
Popcorn lovers can already haul in big deals for National Popcorn Day on Monday. AMC Theaters is offering a free large bucket with the purchase of its $29.95 popcorn pass today through Monday. Cinemark is again teaming up with Lowe's for its Bring Your Own Bucket deal, dishing out up to 400 ounces of popcorn for $5 plus tax to anyone who brings their own container in Sunday and Monday. Regal is asking customers to dress in a costume in order to score free large popcorn Monday only.
Verizon is offering credits to people who were impacted by Wednesday's service outage.
Verizon says it did not meet the standard of excellence its customers expect Wednesday. To get their $20 credit, customers have to log on to the My Verizon app and accept it. The cause of the outage is still a mystery.
I think it's another reminder that these networks are more fragile than we think.
Lance Ulanoff is editor-at-large at Tech Radar.
The redundancy of these systems is still probably not where it needs to be.
Verizon says customers who are still having problems should restart their phones to reconnect to the network. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
And a first for the long-running U.S. space program. A crew of 4 was taken off the International Space Station, as we told you, and returned to Earth a month ahead of schedule. One of the crew members is suffering from an undisclosed medical issue. All are being cared for now in a hospital. They're checking out their health, and we get the update from CBS's Mark Strassman.
A full week when the ISS crew radioed Houston for help.
Do we have like a crew session? Yes, we'll get that work.
All astronauts learn basic medical skills. Some astronauts, but not most, are also physicians by training. But this issue apparently went beyond onboard triage and equipment. And in a break with splashdown protocol, the returning crew choppered straight to a San Diego area hospital for overnight testing and evaluation.
And a famous TV house is on the market.
Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down.
The Georgian Colonial in L.A., used for exterior shots of Uncle Phil's mansion in the 1990s Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, is for sale for the first time in 48 years. The Brentwood abode has 5 bedrooms, 5 baths, and measures 6,000 square feet. Interiors for the sitcom starring Will Smith were filmed on a soundstage. Asking price for the home, almost $30 million. It sold for $732,000 in 1978. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
$732,000 in 78, she said?
Yeah.
And now $30 million?
Uh-huh.
Nice little investment there.
Whoa.
Sheesh. All right, 6:54, time for traffic now. I did not think of that. Ted Beener, take it away.
All right, a couple of trouble spots at this moment. Northbound 405 is solid from Sunset back through the Renton Curves thanks to an earlier crash that's over on the right shoulder. Traffic also spills over onto northbound 167 from about 180th. Your Renton to Bellevue drive time, that's actually improved now to about 25 minutes. The other slowdown, pretty predictable. Southbound I-5 has become stacked up from about Shoreline down to the Ship Canal Bridge thanks to the northbound Ship Canal Bridge roadwork and the express lane solely going northbound. And southbound 405 has got some merge crowding from Canyon Park through the 522 interchange. Northbound I-5 slows from about Albro into downtown. Now, if you're planning to head into eastern Washington this weekend on I-90, the Bullfrog Overpass replacement, they finished that yesterday, several weeks ahead of schedule. And up in the Cascades, all the passes have no restrictions. Some drive times, Olympia to Tacoma is under 35 minutes. Tacoma to Seattle is just over 45 minutes. Puyallup to Renton is now 32 minutes. And for those of you coming in from the north end, Everett to Seattle is about 45 minutes. And from Everett to Bellevue, that is 35 minutes. KIRO Newsradio, real-time traffic. I'm Ted Beener.
And our forecast clouds this morning, some sunshine later and 51. Sunshine through the weekend with highs around 50. Good morning, it's 6:55.
Paid political announcement.
More than half of short-term rentals across Washington are booked by Washingtonians. Families traveling for their children's tournaments and games. Firefighters fighting wildfires. Traveling nurses providing critical care. Every day, short-term rentals are helping make travel more affordable. Legislators in Olympia are considering increasing taxes on short-term rentals. But with the cost of everything going up, we can't take another price increase. Keep travel affordable for us. Paid for by Airbnb helps our state thrive host pack.
An organized home is a happy home and a happy homeowner. John Curley here. Closets by Design made me and my home happy. Experience the quality and backing of a national brand with friendly local Seattle service. From booking the appointment to a free in-home consult to installation day, Closets by Design will leave you wowed and clutter-free. Right now, get up to 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18 months financing and free installation. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN to schedule today.
Guys, if your energy is low, your strength isn't what it used to be, or your drive feels off, it's not just getting older. For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Washington, you can start with a free T-check, exam, and consultation so you get real answers about your testosterone levels and overall health. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. This isn't guesswork or one-size-fits-all treatment. Revive specializes in personalized, closely monitored testosterone care designed to help men feel stronger, sharper, and more like themselves again. With over 120,000 patients treated since 2011, Revive Men's Health is trusted for results, not hype. If you've been putting this off, now is the time to act. Claim your free T-check and consultation and see if you qualify for 25% off TRT. This month only. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply, must medically qualify.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
What a good move I made. Let me tell you a quick story. I've done a whole bunch of races and a bunch of other stuff like that, and my left hip started bothering me about 5 years ago. And I go to the doctor, and he's like, you need a hip replacement. I was like, I'm 60. Yeah, we're going to ask you to wait a little while because we don't want you to wear the hip out. We want you and the hip to go into the grave at the same time. I said, what do you do about all this pain? Well, you could, aspirin, and you could continue to do this and that and, sleep with a pillow between your legs. I was like, no, I don't want to do this. Then I was talking to Bob Stelton over there at the sports department. So he went to Dr. Mark Wagner, and I think he had his hip done as well. So I go in there. I said to Dr. Wagner, can you fix my hip? Takes a look at the MRI. Yes. So I got the stem cell procedure. I'm telling you something. This is the best. If you've been thinking about, surgery for your knee, your wrist, your shoulder, or hip, no. Check out Dr. Mark Wagner and go to drmarkwagnermd.com. That's drmarkwagnermd.com.
Drill, baby, drill. If you're an SEC accredited investor looking for one of the most powerful tax advantages available in 2026, now is the time to take a serious look at Encore Energy. Under current federal guidelines, accredited investors may be able to deduct up to 100% of their investment in 2026. And for many investors, that level of tax relief is simply too valuable to ignore. Encore Energy offers operator direct participation in U.S. horizontal oil drilling in areas with a long record of success, including more than 100 producing wells already drilled. These are established fields with existing infrastructure and proven and ongoing production potential. For investors with $100K seeking aggressive tax strategy, portfolio diversification, and a way to participate directly in American energy development, call Encore Energy to get details now. These programs involve significant risk and aren't suitable for everyone. Call 1-800-544-1221. That's 1-800-544-1221. Again, 1-800-544-1221. Encore Energy, where smart investors act before the window closes. Encore Energy at 1-800-544-1221.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's Cars with a K.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio. KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour. Your home for original reporting.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Opposition leader Maria Corina Machado declared today she will be president of Venezuela when the right time comes. For now, a top U.S. official is firming up relations with the current woman in charge, correspondent Nancy Cordes.
CIA Director John Ratcliffe traveled to Venezuela to meet with interim President Delcy Rodriguez to deliver the message that the U.S. looks forward to an improved working relationship.
The meeting comes on the heels of another between President Trump and Corina Machado at the White House. She gifted him her Nobel Peace Prize medal. Now to Minneapolis. Tension still at a fever pitch as federal agents clashed with anti-ICE protesters again last night. Destiny Jackson, her husband, and their 6 children got caught in the middle.
There was a big boom and our car was up in the air and we slammed down and all of our airbags deployed and all of our doors locked. And tear gas just started forming. A ball of gas just started forming around the car.
The president has threatened to invoke the 18th Century Insurrection Act to send active duty troops to the city. Lawmakers from Capitol Hill are in Copenhagen meeting with officials from Denmark and Greenland on the president's push to acquire the island. Correspondent Elizabeth Palmer is at the foreign desk.
To reinforce its position, Denmark actually sent soldiers to Greenland last night. A token force at this stage, but it will be joined by military units from other NATO allies, including France, Germany, the Netherlands, and other Nordic countries, all of whom staunchly support Denmark's position.
The mother of one of Elon Musk's children is suing his artificial intelligence company over deep fake nudes.
Ashley St. Clair is seeking a temporary restraining order to stop XAI's Grok from creating such images.
The worst for me was seeing myself undressed, bent over, and then my toddler's backpack in the background.
Using text prompts, X-users tell Grok to undress images of women or even sexualize images of children. St. Clair says when she complained to Grok, the company promised to stop the images, but never did.
Make it stop.
Some countries have banned Grok over the issue. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Scientists have come up with a way to stop inflammation from diseases like rheumatoid arthritis and lupus. University College London professor Derek Gilroy and his team discovered fat-derived molecules that can act as a natural braking system.
Turns out
actually under our noses that these large immune cells that differentiate have got great capacity to do harm, and our drug completely blocked the appearance of these cells.
The Dow is down 68 points in early trading. This is CBS News.
Follow and listen to CBS News Roundup on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's 7:03. We'll take you live to Lumen Field, where everyone's getting ready for the big Seahawks game tomorrow, coming up in a moment. But first, let's check the Friday drive. Chris Sullivan is off today. Ted Biener's watching things.
Thank you, Amanda. This traffic report is brought to you by Subaru of Puyallup. Southbound I-5 on the main line is again a struggle from Shoreline to the Ship Canal Bridge. Your Everett to Seattle drive time is now 45 minutes, and to Bellevue is 35 minutes, and that includes the merge crowding from Canyon Park to the 160th interchange. Now, if you're heading north, northbound 405 is slowing from the Renton Curves to the Kennydale Hill, and northbound 167 slows from 212th to 405. Northbound I-5 has braking from the north end of Boeing Field into downtown. A reminder from Mukilteo ferry riders, today is one of those wing wall repair days, and they're going to have ferry sailing suspended from about 9:30 this morning till 1 o'clock or so this afternoon. Some drive times, Olympia to Tacoma, that is under 35 minutes. Tacoma to Seattle is just over 45 minutes. Puyallup to Renton is a half hour, and Renton to Bellevue is 27 minutes. Confident winter weather driving starts at Subaru of Puyallup. Find stress-free pricing at SubaruofPuyallup.com and enjoy a stress-free buying experience at Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership. KIRO Newsradio, real-time traffic. I'm Ted Biener.
Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Live from East Lake Avenue.
You're listening to Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Charlie has the day off. Good morning. It is 7:04, just one day away. The Seahawks and 49ers go head-to-head again. A spot in the NFC Championship game is at stake. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is already live outside Lumen Field. Luke?
It is a beautiful morning here outside Lumen Field. They've got the lights on the stadium on top of the roof, all in blue. They've got the green and the blue lights decked out and the trees behind me. Security has the stadium on lockdown right now. They have guards actually around the stadium. No one in or out. I mean, they are ready to go. It is game time. This is a huge game, of course, against the 49ers. The winner moves on to the NFC Championship, NFC Championship for a chance to go to the Super Bowl. I'm already thinking they're in the Super Bowl because I know we're going to win this game. So I was trying to skip ahead. But
no jinxing.
The Seahawks, I know. The Seahawks have the longest winning streak in this rivalry between 2014 and 2018. We beat the Niners 9 straight games. Let's keep it going. It is Blue Friday. Manda, so what are you wearing?
White. It's a fuzzy white Seahawks jacket.
Oh, excellent.
I do have a hawk.
Excellent. And I didn't mean that to sound
what are you wearing,
Luke?
What
are you wearing? Exactly. Well, it's cold, so I'm wearing a lot. So, but I've got my green and blue on. You can see what Manda, David, and Ted are all wearing on our YouTube feed. Check it out. And if any of you need anything, Manda brought in a 12s flag. It's folded up nicely on my desk. You should take that, drape it around you in the studio there. Also, if you're watching on the YouTube feed, you gotta see this. I got a sneak peek at the field yesterday, and you're only gonna see this video right here. No one else was allowed in there with a camera. They actually let me walk on the field. They were testing the stadium lights for the halftime show. That was really cool to see. They were drawing the new playoff logos. I may have looked over at the tour groups that were stuck behind their ropes, and I may have smiled at them because I was just so happy. I also posted a photo on X just now of me painting the Hawkeye. I did that.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really cool. I did that 13 years ago. The Hawks won the Super Bowl in 2013. I was born on September 13th.
Coincidence?
So, does that make me a little superstitious? I don't know.
Maybe.
Manda, David, Ted, do you all have Seahawks superstitions?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's why I'm wearing my 12 jersey right now.
There you go. That's a good one. Anyone else? Any weird ones?
No, it's just the crock pot thing for me, which I've told you about. I just have to have something in the crock pot.
That is a great superstition. I love it. Well, some 12s like Arnold tell me they don't have any, which is okay.
I don't. I've given up on wanting to own any superstitions. I think I finally hit an age where I recognize that my little world isn't going to influence something this big.
Well, I'm the opposite, and others like Sal are too. He tells me, oh, yes, he does have superstitions.
I only wear whatever uniforms they're wearing on field. So whenever I see that, that's what I wear. I wear the same blue uniforms, same hat. So actually, that's what I'm coming here for, to see if I find a jacket that matches the blue.
Yeah, he was outside the pro shop. That's where I interviewed him. Hey, the kickoff is here tomorrow at 5 p.m. Tickets still available on the resale market from $450 up to $1,200 and beyond. All right. How about the answers to the last trivia question that I asked everyone, which was, which Seahawks kicker scored the most points against the 49ers in a single season? Any guesses?
No.
I was going to say Josh Brown.
Who?
Josh Brown?
Who? I think you're
You
wrong.
remember Josh Brown?
I do
Kicker
remember
from
Josh
back
Brown.
in the day.
Yeah.
Hauschka?
Yeah.
Hauschka?
It was Stephen Hauschka.
Nice
It was
job.
it was the magical 2013 season. 7 extra points and 15 field goals in 3 games. And of course, that's the year we beat the Niners right here at Lumen Field in the NFC Championship, and then went on to win the Super Bowl. All right, for the bottom of the hour, you're going to love this one. You're going to really love this one. Pete Carroll and Jim Harbaugh have been rivals, of course, in college, USC versus Stanford in the Big 12, and in the NFL. In the Carroll-Harbaugh era, 2011 to 2014, who had more wins against the other? I'm going to tell you at the bottom of the hour. Also, do you know who is going to raise the 12-man flag?
No.
No, I do.
No, you
There's
don't.
a
That's a
I
rumor.
do.
That's a rumor.
There's
It's been
a rumor.
shot down.
No. Don't
you know
tell me
nothing
that.
for sure, Luke.
I'm sure I saw the same rumor that you did, and I'm not going to spread it. It would be really cool, though, wouldn't it?
Oh, God, it'd be really cool. All right, we'll save that. We'll save that for the bottom of the hour, and we'll talk about it a little bit, but I think it's true. I'm going to hold fast to that, and I really want it to be true. Hey, have a great Blue Friday, everyone. See you back here at the bottom of the hour. Go Hawks.
Thank you, Luke. Fans need a game plan just as much as the Seahawks this weekend to get to Lumen Field because Revive I-5 is still in full swing. There was supposed to be scheduled maintenance that would close some light rail stations downtown. That has been canceled, so all light rail will run as usual. There will be extra sounder trains for the game. Northbound trains leave Lakewood at 1:51 and 2:11 p.m. Southbound trains leave Everett at 2:45 and 3:44. We have a guide for you on mynorthwest.com. Of course, kickoff 5 o'clock. You'll hear it here on KIRO News Radio.
Keeping you informed since 1974. You're listening to Seattle's Morning News.
Oh, well, good morning. We made it to Friday. It's January 16th. Charlie has the day off. I'm Manda Factor. Chris Sullivan is out today. Ted Beener is here checking traffic for us. Producer David Burbank in the studio, and Brady Robick is in for Nick Krasha. Also, Jillian Raftery is at the news desk. Just a day away from the biggest Seahawks game in years. We'll be talking much more about it. David, are you feeling good?
I am feeling good. I texted G actually about it. We'll talk to G at the end of this hour, asking him sort of rhetorically about Sam Darnold's injury. And I went
wink,
into it,
wink.
wink, wink. But G sent me an emoji that made me think,
oh, no.
Oh, does he know something that I don't?
Well, we'll find out,
We'll
won't
find
we?
out, I guess.
All right. Coming up this hour of the show, CBS White House correspondent Ed O'Keefe breaks down the new Trump administration health care plan and whether the president can enact the Insurrection Act in Minneapolis. It's now 7:11. A bill that would let Washingtonians sue masked federal agents is moving forward after a contentious Senate committee vote yesterday. Democrat Javier Valdez, the prime sponsor, says it's about transparency.
Bill will just ensure that folks know that when it comes to law enforcement, they know who they're interacting with, and they cannot shield their identities.
Republican Jeff Holy voted no, saying the bill is nothing but pure optics.
Pointless, unconstitutional, and puts our officers at risk.
More than 14,000 people signed in support of that measure, a record for the Law and Justice Committee. The bill now heads to the Rules Committee. And the Pierce County Sheriff could lose his spot in the state sheriff's group because of what he said in Olympia yesterday. The association says Keith Swank crossed a line when he ripped that bill banning masks for law enforcement.
Just for the record, my deputies don't wear masks, but once you pass this law that they can't, I will not only allow them, but I will encourage them to do so just to see what you do.
He also told lawmakers he doesn't recognize their authority to control sheriffs. The association calls his comments inflammatory and says they don't reflect its views. And 3 kids in Snohomish County now have measles. The Snohomish County Health Department says they were exposed to a family visiting from South Carolina. That family stopped in Marysville, Mukilteo, and Everett between December 27th and January 1st. The South Carolina adult had at least 1 vaccine, but the kids were not vaccinated. Neither were the 3 Snohomish County children who are sick. They do call this an outbreak, which is 3 or more people infected in the same community. It's now 7:12. That's time for a check on the weather. And for that, we turn to KIRO 7 TV's Nick Allard. Nice stretch of winter weather.
It really is. I mean, we have warm temps. We set records a couple days back, and now we're looking at more sunshine again today. We do have some low clouds to contend with early on, but that's okay. We'll see low clouds early, a little bit of patchy fog early, and then it is all about the sunshine. I even think by, say, about midday, we are going to see sunshine increasing pretty much everywhere. So mostly sunny conditions coming in later today with temperatures easily getting into the low 50s, so no troubles there whatsoever. And say again about 50, 51, 52. Same plan tomorrow, except I don't really think you have to worry much about fog or low cloud cover. Just sunshine through the game. It'll be clear. Sunshine all day. Sunshine on Sunday as well and Monday before we see more clouds Tuesday, Wednesday, and probably some showers returning, thankfully, by Thursday. But in the meantime, it's low 50s. It's some clouds and fog now, and then we will see mostly sunny skies today and for at least the next 3, 4, 5 days. It ain't bad.
Ain't bad at all. Thank you very much. It's 43 and cloudy in Seattle right now and 7:13. That's time for traffic. We do that every 10 minutes on the 3s, and here's Ted Beener.
Thank you, Manda. This traffic report is brought to you by Northwest Hope and Healing. A few trouble spots for your Friday morning. Northbound 405 is solid from the VMAC back through the Renton curves, and traffic also spills over onto northbound 405 from about 180th. Your Renton to Bellevue drive time, that's holding pretty steady at about 26 minutes. Another slowdown, very predictable. Southbound I-5 is bumper to bumper from Shoreline to the Ship Canal Bridge thanks to the northbound Ship Canal Bridge roadwork and the express lanes being solely going northbound. And southbound 405 has got merge crowding from Canyon Park through the 160th interchange. Northbound I-5 slows from Albro into downtown. The Narrows Bridge and the Lake Bridges, they're doing just fine. Some drive times. Everett to Seattle is now up to 50 minutes, and to Bellevue is 40 minutes, far better than we were earlier this week. Coming in from the south end, Olympia Tacoma is under 35 minutes. Federal Way to Seattle, 32 minutes. 25 of those are from South Center, and Puyallup to Renton, that has eased to 28 minutes. Join Northwest Hope and Healing for Cork, Fork, and Support, an afternoon of wine tasting and inspiration. Get your tickets now for January 31st at nwhopeandhealing.org. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Ted Beener.
It's 7:15. It's Seattle's morning news for your Friday. Well, the Trump administration is staying very busy this week between considering the Insurrection Act in Minneapolis to revealing a new health care plan. Let's get all the details from CBS White House correspondent Ed O'Keefe. Ed, always lots to talk about. We appreciate having you this morning. So let's start with a threat from the Trump administration to enact the Insurrection Act in Minneapolis. Can you just remind us what this is usually used for?
Well, it is, or was back in the day at least, conceivably used to quell rebellion or insurrectionist behavior, and that isn't necessarily what's going on the streets of Minneapolis, where depending on who you ask and depending on the incident, this one or the other has been started either by protesters impeding federal law enforcement or federal law enforcement essentially using more aggressive tactics than usual on the streets to quell protests. And so the president continuing to stoke this, realizing at least in the short term, he believes it's good politics for either magnifying the issue of immigration or ensuring that the base keeps focused on issues that they support him on, as opposed to worrying about things like the economy or healthcare that aren't necessarily going his way. We're going to probably see some new polling over the weekend, because it's about that time, from various national organizations giving us a sense of where the country's head is at on these things. But for now, it continues. And, of course, Minnesota and Minneapolis leaders are quite concerned that this could continue to accelerate and cause more people grave harm.
Does the president actually have the power to do that?
Conceivably, but again, I think pretty quickly you would see various entities step in and try to mount legal challenges, because what is it exactly that these protesters are doing that would merit that kind of activity? Again, we're not seeing armed rebellion necessarily. The reports are it's shovels and broomsticks, not necessarily weapons being used against law enforcement in a big organized way that would compel him to suggest this. Remember, and I get listeners hear this and get quite distressed, quite confused, quite worried. He says a lot of things. Rarely is there follow-up when it comes to these kinds of threats in terms of deploying federal agents. Certainly the threats to deploy immigration authorities has happened. It's happened all across the Pacific Northwest, the West, and now, of course, Minneapolis, Chicago, L.A., New Orleans, and elsewhere. But going that extra step would be one that would require much more of an agreement across the political spectrum that is necessary, because if not, there would be grave consequences for him, undoubtedly, even among Republicans who would be concerned to see him doing this.
I want to talk about healthcare, too, this new healthcare plan. It's supposed to be focused on affordability. What do we know about it?
That's the word of the year, because the Republicans realized last November's elections didn't go quite their way. In this case, it's broadly focused on the idea that instead of giving subsidy payments to insurance providers, the money would go directly to those who need to use government-backed health care. The idea being that you would have then the power or the choice to make on how to spend that money and cut out the middleman and stop providing essentially billions of dollars in government money to insurance companies. Here's the thing. No matter what the president proposed this week, did you notice Congress take it terribly seriously? The answer to that is no, because Republicans haven't put forth detailed proposals that match what he's talking about. They weren't prepared to do so this week because they were focused on other things. So unless or until you start seeing Republicans singing from the same song sheet on this, the way they sing from the same song sheet on so many other issues, you're not going to see Congress taking this issue quite seriously. There was a bipartisan attempt this week, for example, to figure out a way to restore those subsidy payments to the roughly 22 million people on the Affordable Care Act who lost them at the end of last year. That fizzled out by about Wednesday, and there's no word on when exactly, if ever, those talks will resume. So once again, the issue of health care is going to settle into probably becoming a campaign season theme, and one that doesn't result in any actual policy changes for another year or two. Sorry to be so pessimistic about it, but that's just the reality. The other thing he's generally trying to do is create the sense that he is worried about prices and trying to drive them down. But again, there isn't too much in this plan that gets at that. One of the things he's been trying to do, for example, is change sort of the pricing schemes around pharmaceuticals, around the drugs that people use, arguing, as many have in both parties, that if they can get it for cheaper in Canada or Europe or other parts of the world, why can't we? And so whether that's through tariff manipulation, whether that's through better negotiation of Medicare and Medicaid for those drugs, he'd like to see it. But again, absent detailed proposals from Republicans that match what he wants and plans to actually hold hearings or vote on them, this isn't necessarily going anywhere terribly quickly.
All right. Ed, as you said, he says a lot of things. One of the things he has said is that he deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. Well, Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado says she's going to share hers. What's behind all of this?
She did it. She handed it over last night after their meeting, or yesterday afternoon over lunch, and there were photos that surfaced overnight from the White House of the president accepting that presentation. Just because she handed over the medallion doesn't mean that the president is now the 2025 honoree. The Nobel Committee made very clear. Machado won the award, accepted it, and is the 2025 peace honoree. But her decision to hand it over is at the advice of many who believe that flattery is the best way to get the president to go along with you, especially on matters of foreign affairs. And so he signaled that they had a good meeting, that she was an impressive woman who's done a lot of things, but he went no further in suggesting that she could suddenly be flown into Caracas and take over Venezuela. And that isn't necessarily what she's seeking either. What she is seeking, what her opposition movement, which she has incredible public backing, is assurances of restoration of democratic norms, so free elections to be held in the coming years, and not necessarily seeing the administration put its thumb on the scale. it was telling to me that the night before that lunch with Machado, the president took his first phone call from Delcy Rodriguez, the woman who's the interim president of Venezuela. And it reminded me about every other time the president's spoken with Volodymyr Zelensky, either in person or over the phone. Vladimir Putin happens to call right before or right after to make sure that the president doesn't forget his perspective. So in this case, it looked like Rodriguez compelled the administration to put him on the phone the night before he met with Machado to perhaps flatter him as well and say, hey, I'm still running things the way you'd like. I'm still allowing the oil to be extracted. Don't forget that. Let's maintain status quo, figure some things out, and maybe hold elections one day. So we'll see.
All right.
But she's here in Washington today. May say more about that presentation, but for now, she's not necessarily the president's favorite pick.
All right, Ed, we only have about a minute left, but I have saved the most important question for last. All we want to talk about around here in Seattle is football, because there's a game going on tomorrow night. And about a month ago, I looked up at my TV and smiled because there was CBS correspondent Ed O'Keefe as a sideline reporter. How cool was that?
Oh, it was a lot of fun. Let me tell you, folks, it is not as easy as it looks. And it requires days of preparation that our CBS sports colleagues, Fox Sports, NBC, all of them take very seriously. What you don't appreciate is if the game's on Sunday, they're usually rolling into town by Friday at the earliest to have face-to-face meetings with coaches and staff and players to get a sense of where their head is at, what they're working on, how they're attacking the other side. You want to get all that information and then figure out how to tuck it in between plays, in between commercial breaks. And it is a real skill that takes years to develop and a lot harder than it looks.
And you did it.
We did it, and it was fun, and I'll never watch football the same way again after doing it, that's for sure.
Congratulations. Can we recruit you as a temporary Seahawks fan this weekend just for tomorrow's game?
Well, let's see. It's you guys.
And the 49ers.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah, sure, why not?
All right.
Besides, you've got that whole Pope thing going, right? Every time there's a new Pope, you guys win.
That is true.
It's going to happen.
That is true. Ed, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend. CBS White House correspondent Ed O'Keefe. You take care, too. All right, 7:24, time for traffic. And for that, here's Ted Biener.
All right, this traffic report is brought to you by Home Comfort Alliance. On southbound I-5 on the main line, no surprise, it's again a struggle from about 145th to the Ship Canal Bridge. Southbound 99 into Seattle is doing rather well. That might be an alternate. Your Everett to Seattle drive time is now 50 minutes, and down to Bellevue is 40 minutes, and that includes merge crowding from Canyon Park to the 160th interchange. Now, if you're heading northbound 405 has got slowing from the Renton Curves to the Seahawks Training Center at 44th. Northbound I-5 has braking from mid-Boeing Field into downtown. Some drive times, Olympia to Tacoma is still under 35 minutes. Tacoma to Seattle is just over 45 minutes. Puyallup to Renton is close to a half hour, and Renton to Bellevue, that has eased to 25 minutes. And if you have plans to head to Eastern Washington this weekend on I-90, the Bullfrog Overpass replacement finished several weeks ahead of schedule. And up in the Cascades, all the passes have no restrictions. Electrical issues? Call Home Comfort Alliance for EV chargers, standby generators, panel upgrades, and more. Save up to $1,000 at homecomfortalliance.com today. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Ted Biener.
This hour is brought to you by CM Heating.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-478-6430 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-478-6430. That's 800-478-6430. What do you have to lose? Call 800-478-6430. Again, 800-478-6430.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. This is Lynn. She's always been active, maybe a little too active back in the day.
When I was 19 years old and immortal, I stripped out all my ligament and I had to have 6 knee surgeries, and that's on my right knee. And then my left knee finally gave out and had a torn meniscus.
Years of pain followed until she saw Dr. Mark Wagner at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
I'm 4 months out and I have no pain in my knees, and I have had knee pain my whole life. I have no concept of what it was like without pain. It's a miracle. I'm totally thrilled.
No pain, no limits.
Dr. Wagner gave me the green light to ski again this year. I'm like, that's incredible. So I'm just so excited.
After years of surgeries and setbacks, Lynn finally got her freedom back.
I think he saved my legs, so saved my knees, and gave me at least another 10, 15 years to do what I want to do.
If joint pain is holding you back, find out what stem cell therapy could do for you with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
It's cold outside, and if you're noticing it's taking forever to heat your home, there are cold spots in certain rooms, your furnace turns off and on a lot, or it never stops, or maybe your energy bill is just way too high. These are all warning signs that your home needs a blanket. There may be something wrong with your insulation, which means not only are you uncomfortable in your own home, but you could be wasting hundreds or thousands of dollars a year in lost energy. Call Insulation Northwest today, and we'll send one of our professionals to give you a fast, free energy inspection to determine if there is a problem. And if there is a problem, we can fix it fast. Most jobs are completed in 1 day. You have nothing to lose. The inspection is free and only takes about an hour and could save you thousands. Keep the heat in, the cold out, and your energy bill low. Call Insulation Northwest today. Insulation Northwest, the real insulation company.
Please ask if you qualify for thousands of dollars of free rebates from your energy company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. Doctors King and Kopstein from K2 Vision.
If you're over 50 and you've been diagnosed with a cataract, or your vision is changing as you're developing an early cataract, you could be a perfect candidate for K2 Vision RLE.
It's inevitable. At some point, typically in your 60s or 70s, you'll have a dysfunctional lens that eventually becomes a cataract. To restore your vision, you will someday need a procedure such as refractive lens exchange.
The question is, are you done with glasses? Do you want to spend your good, active years hassling with changing prescriptions and needing readers?
K2 Vision RLE can give you great vision now, permanently, and you'll never develop that cataract. The procedure is quick and painless, and our state-of-the-art custom lens technologies give highly predictable outcomes.
K2 Vision surgeons have performed nearly 100,000 procedures. We know when RLE is right for you.
Find out. Schedule a free Zoom consultation at k2visionrle.com.
K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, no readers.
Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealer with the largest selection of Subarus in Washington. With over 800 vehicles in stock, they have exactly what you're looking for with savings you'll love. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Live from East Lake Avenue.
You're listening to Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Good morning. It is 7:31. We are roughly 34 hours away from kickoff. But who's counting? I am. The Seahawks go head-to-head again with a spot in the NFC Championship game at stake. In KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey joins us live from outside Lumen Field. Luke?
I'm counting too. I am also counting down, and I just get more and more butterflies as the hours go. along. Hey, outside Lumen Field, of course, which looks really sharp this morning, ready to go. It is going to be packed down here tomorrow. You know, a lot of tailgating is going to actually start tonight. That's wild. It's going to be wild down here, and it should be for this game. Hey, if you're watching on our YouTube feed, and you should, I got a sneak peek at the field yesterday. They let me walk on the field, and I took all kinds of video. You're only going to see it right here. The field looks incredible. You know, my favorite moment in any game, anywhere, at any stadium, but especially here at Lumen Field, ever since I was a little boy, is walking through the tunnel and seeing the field for the first time. You know, it pops. And this field, I saw it yesterday again, it is popping. The grounds crew here at Lumen Field, they really are the gold standard in the NFL. That's a real thing. People come here to study how they do this and make the field look so good and make it work. They've done an incredible job. This is a big game. The winner moves on to the NFC Championship for a chance to go to the Super Bowl. There has been some whining and some trash talking going on this week. Did you know that? Well, the 49ers have been plagued by injuries this season. The latest, George Kittle tore his Achilles tendon in their wild card win against the Philadelphia Eagles. There's a theory that's been started by Niners fans that all their injuries and their woes have been somehow caused by an electric substation near their practice facility. What? That's weird. And it's the kind of whining that gave them their nickname, right? All right, 12s. If you had a chance to tell the 49ers something, anything, a piece of your mind, what would you say? Well, here's what Aisha would say.
Yeah, stay home. I'm sorry that you wasted your time. Yeah.
You wasted your time. And they do. His good
luck. I mean, you're coming to
they're going to need it?
Yeah, you're coming to our house. We're going to be loud. You know, you just saw Week 18. We're going to do exactly the same thing to you guys coming back.
And here is what Tom had to say.
They're too overconfident. You know, they're acting like they're going to get to the Super Bowl and they were going to beat us real easily 2 weeks ago. You know, too cocky. You know, they haven't won in how many years? But
yeah, a lot of years. It was back in the 94-95 season the last time they won the Super Bowl. Hey, kickoff is 5 p.m. tomorrow night. Plenty of tickets left on the resale market for you. Between $450 and $1,200 and beyond so far is what I've seen on Ticketmaster. All right, here's the answer to the trivia question I asked you at 7 o'clock. In the Pete Carroll versus Jim Harbaugh era, 2011 to 2014, who had more wins against the other? Any of you know?
Well, I like my
David,
odds.
Ted?
It's 50-50, right? So I'm going to go with Pete.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'll
Any
follow
guesses?
suit.
No?
Yeah, I will follow suit.
I tend to go with Pete, too, because Pete and the Seahawks beating the Niners kind of drove Harbaugh out of San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they went downhill. Well, here's the one answer.
Luke, give me the answer.
During the regular season, it was actually tied 4 games to 4 games. They split it, but the Hawks beat the Niners here in the NFC Championship in 2013 at Lumen Field, so that gives Pete the edge 5-4. You were right. And speaking of rumors of hoisting the 12-man flag, the rumor going around is that Pete is back. Coach Pete is back, and he's going to hoist the flag. I really hope that happens. I hope it's true. It's probably not true.
It would be awesome, but it's just a rumor.
It would be awesome. One more shot at trivia this morning. Just one more question. You ready? Whose jerseys have sold the most this season for the 49ers and the Seahawks? Most jersey sales. So coming up, yeah, that's a good one. Coming up at 8, speaking of reselling tickets, the Seahawks are trying their best to prevent Lumen Field from becoming a sea of red and gold. Can't let that happen. I talked with a season ticket holder about that. That is coming up. Go Hawks. Send it back to you.
All right, Luke, outside Lumen Field, thank you so much. Let's check traffic. We do that every 10 minutes. Chris Sullivan is off. Ted Beaner's here.
I have the DVD of that San Francisco game back, and I'm watching
you still
that.
have a DVD player?
I do. I'm watching that tonight just to get fired up.
This morning, as I was doing my kind of prep work, I rewatched the 2013
Oh,
NFC
yeah.
Championship
Did you really?
game. Or 2014,
Especially that awesome play at the end of the game. Ooh,
Right.
Okay. I'm fired up
Traffic.
now. This traffic report is brought to you by Seattle Sports. Some slowdowns for your Friday morning. Northbound 405 is solid from the Renton Curves to the VMAC. Your Renton to Bellevue drive time is 25 minutes. Another slowdown, very predictable. Southbound I-5 is a struggle from 145th to the Ship Canal Bridge thanks to the northbound Ship Canal Bridge roadwork and the express lanes going solely northbound. And southbound 405, that is sluggish from just after leaving I-5 through the 160th interchange, and northbound I-5 slows from mid-Boeing Field into downtown. Drive times, Everett to Seattle is now up to 52 minutes, and to Bellevue is 50 minutes. Coming in from the south end, Olympia, Tacoma is under 35 minutes. Federal Way to Seattle is 38 minutes. 28 of those are from South Center, and Puyallup to Renton. That is a half hour. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial on 97.3 HD2. I'm Ted Wiener with KIRO News Radio.
Our forecast.
Real-time traffic.
Some clouds this morning, 51 the high, and then some sunshine by afternoon. For Saturday and Sunday, mostly sunny with highs around 50. Right now in Seattle, we have mostly cloudy skies. It's 43. It's time for another commentary encore, and here's my partner, Charlie Harger.
We had a story Tuesday morning that made me think, you know what? I better follow up on this one. And you might remember it. State troopers say a group of teenagers led them on a high-speed chase around 3:30 in the morning near Marysville. A trooper tried to stop a driver going 88 in a 60 zone, showing signs of DUI. Well, the car sped off at more than 100 miles per hour. Driver lost control. 4 teenagers ran. I read that and I thought there has to be more to this story. So I reached out to the State Patrol. Trooper Kelsey Harding, she got back to me quickly, professional, helpful, and she told me stuff that made me only raise more questions. So I started by asking the ages of these teenagers. Well, it was 3 15-year-olds and 1 16-year-old. I asked if the driver was licensed. No. I asked if any of them were booked into custody. Only one was, but not for this, for an existing warrant. So I followed up. Was the one booked on the warrant the driver? The one booked was not the driver. The driver was one of the 15-year-olds. Let me just make sure you caught that. A 15-year-old, unlicensed, possibly impaired, led state troopers on a chase at over 100 miles per hour in the middle of the night. Lost control of the car, ran from police, and was released to a family member. A car going 100 on the freeway can kill people. Other drivers, passengers, pedestrians, if this chase had gone differently. This was not a prank. This was dangerous. And the consequences? A referral to the prosecutor. We'll see if anything comes of it. I'm a dad. I have a teenage boy with a wild streak. I get it. And I was a teenage boy once. I made bad decisions. But I knew not to get in a car with a 15-year-old driver. I knew not to be out at 3:30 on a school night. And I knew if a cop was anywhere nearby, you act right. You don't run. Where'd that go? And here's the thing. I'm not sure it's only the boys I'm frustrated with. Where were the parents? 4 kids, middle of the night, a school night. One's in a car he can't legally drive. Another apparently has an outstanding warrant already. How does this happen? How do 4 teenagers get out of 4 houses at 3 a.m. without anyone noticing? Now, look, I know you can't watch your kid every second. I know teenagers sneak out. I know they make choices you can't control. But at some point, we have to ask whether parents are instilling the basics, respect for the law, fear of consequences, understanding that actions have weight. Some would say the system failed here, that these kids needed to be booked, held, made to feel the weight of what they did. Others would say they're just kids. They need intervention and support, not jail. And I honestly don't have a clean answer. I'm not here to condemn anyone's parenting. It's hard. Kids make choices you can't control. But a 15-year-old was out at 3 a.m. behind a wheel he had no business touching, making decisions that could have killed someone. And then he went home. I hope there's a real conversation happening in that house, not yelling. A conversation, because this is the moment. This is when it either turns around or it doesn't. And that part isn't up to the system. That's on the people who love him.
That is the 735 commentary for today. You can find all of Charlie's commentaries at mynorthwest.com. If you have a comment on them, 888-973-5476 is the text line. Ted, what's coming up in traffic?
I'm keeping an eye on our southbound mainline struggle here this morning, as well as northbound 405. More details in just a few moments.
If you've been injured in a car accident, you have 2 choices. Handle everything yourself or hire an experienced attorney. Go it alone, and you'll be on the phone with insurance adjusters, chasing medical records, fighting for lost wages, and trying to figure out what your case is really worth. Hire the right attorney, and they take all that off your plate so you can focus on getting better. Harold Carr Law Offices has a dedicated team of 48 people and more than 35 years of experience handling car accident cases right here in our community. Harold Carr Law Offices handles big cases and small ones while still treating their clients like family. Here's the difference they make. They save you time, reduce your stress, and get you significantly more money than you'd ever get on your own. Harold Carr Law Offices fights for you at no out-of-pocket cost to you. If you're in a car accident, call them right away. Visit carlaw.com. 2 R's in car. Car accident? Call CAR.
Paid political announcement.
More than half of short-term rentals across Washington are booked by Washingtonians. Families traveling for their children's tournaments and games. Firefighters fighting wildfires. Traveling nurses providing critical care. Every day, short-term rentals are helping make travel more affordable. Legislators in Olympia are considering increasing taxes on short-term rentals. But with the cost of everything going up, we can't take another price increase. Keep travel affordable for us. Paid for by Airbnb helps our state thrive host pack.
It's hiring season at Sky Nursery. Hi, I'm Jen, greenhouse manager here at Sky, where we've been proudly serving Seattle area gardeners since 1953. Sky Nursery is truly a fantasy plant land, but it's also a bustling environment that takes a great team to succeed. Whether you're making coffee, cashiering, or on the sales floor, we're looking for applicants who like to learn, adapt with the seasons, and go home knowing they made a difference in somebody's garden. Spring is fast approaching. Find open seasonal positions and benefits at skynursery.com.
When it comes to Subarus, Carter Subaru stands alone, literally. They're Seattle's only Subaru dealership with more than 700 Subarus ready to go. Looking for a Crosstrek? The 2025 Crosstrek is just 1.9% financing for 72 months. That's serious value on a great vehicle built for the Northwest. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline or Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
On approved credit, subject to vehicle insurance and availability. A documentary service fee may be added to the sale price or capitalized cost. See dealer for details. Valid through 1/31/26.
7:43, time for a check on traffic. How's Friday going, Ted?
Well, it could be Friday light, but we do have some trouble spots out there, and one's pretty obvious. That's southbound I-5 on the main line. It's again a struggle from about 145th to the Ship Canal Bridge. Southbound 99 into Seattle, that's actually doing rather well if you want to take that as an alternate. Your Everett to Seattle drive time is now approaching 55 minutes, and down to Bellevue, just over 50 minutes. That's because we got sluggish traffic from just after leaving I-5 to the 160 at the interchange. Now, if you're heading north, northbound I-5, 405 rather, has slowing from the Renton Curve to the Seahawks Training Center at 44th. Northbound I-5 has braking from South Boeing Field into downtown. Pierce County traffic is doing rather well. Some drive times, Olympia to Tacoma is 35 minutes. Tacoma to Seattle is just over 45 minutes. Puyallup to Renton is a half hour, and Renton to Bellevue, that's right around 25 minutes. And a heads up for I-90 drivers, all westbound lanes will close at 10 p.m. tonight between Mercer Island and Seattle for road work, and will reopen Saturday morning by around 6 a.m. KIRO Newsradio Real-Time Traffic, I'm Ted Biener.
And our forecast: clouds this morning, some peaks of sunshine for the afternoon as we wrap up the week. 51 tomorrow and Sunday, beautiful. Mostly sunny with highs around 50. Should be nice and clear, but chilly for the football game at 5 o'clock tomorrow at Lumen Field. Right now it's cloudy and 43 in Seattle. And coming up, G. Scott's going to stop by with his thoughts and fears heading into tomorrow's Seahawks game. That's next on Seattle's Morning News.
New year, new you. Have you thought about how your finances might change in 2026? Free checking from WaFd Bank is the way to go. With no minimum balances or monthly maintenance fees to worry about, you get spending tools and the latest technology to help you stay on your budget. Not only is WaFd Bank a best bank, you'll also get useful tools like voice-activated banking, so you can check your balances and make transfers between your accounts when your hands are full. Visit wafdbank.com to open your account. Non-sufficient funds charges may apply. Member FDIC.
Guys, if your energy is low, your strength isn't what it used to be, or your drive feels off, it's not just getting older. For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Washington, you can start with a free T-check, exam, and consultation, so you get real answers about your testosterone levels and overall health. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. This isn't guesswork or one-size-fits-all treatment. Revive specializes in personalized, closely monitored testosterone care designed to help men feel stronger, sharper, and more like themselves again. With over 120,000 patients treated since 2011, Revive Men's Health is trusted for results, not hype. If you've been putting this off, now is the time to act. Claim your free T-check and consultation and see if you qualify for 25% off TRT. This month only. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply, must medically qualify.
Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. And you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit DanielNelsonMD.com. That's DanielNelsonMD.com.
Cold is leaking and rats are moving and mold is creeping and water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
Seattle's morning news. Hear it live, stream it online, watch the show, or catch the podcast anytime on mynorthwest.com.
It is 7:48, and joining us now from the G and Ursula Show and the Reset Podcast. What do you know? It's G.
Hey,
Scott.
good morning, everybody. Happy Fresh Fridays to everyone.
Looking fabulous. In
Come
your
on
classic
now,
coat.
it's Blue Friday, right?
Yes.
We got a big game that's going to be happening tomorrow. So there's a story about this guy, right? And he had a date on Saturday night at 5 p.m.
Okay.
Anyways, he got all ready. I mean, I'm talking about he got his hair cut on Thursday, and then everything was good. He got his car clean. He got his house clean. Like, I mean, he is ready for this date at 5 p.m. He has been looking forward to this date. And then on Thursday night, he gets a text message, and she says, hey, I don't know about Saturday at 5 o'clock. I had some things come up.
Like an oblique injury?
Yeah, Seahawk fans.
Is that where you're going?
Seahawk fans got that message on their phone, and that date said questionable. Seahawk fans got in finding out what oblique is. As a matter of fact, ChatGPT and Google in the Seattle area, it's so many searches for what an oblique is and what it's about. I did my oblique in college, and let me explain the oblique to you the best way I can. The oblique is like your big toe. You don't realize how much of the body it controls until you injure that bad boy, until you hurt it. And so right now, yes, he is questionable. And my concern, I do have concern because an oblique is, it's not like you can put a nerve blocker there and put some shot to it. I mean, you can put a shot to it and relieve some pain for a little bit, but an oblique is an oblique. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, depending on the grade, the tear, I don't know about that. I would assume it's not a tear for sure. Because if it was a tear, we wouldn't even be having this conversation if it were a tear. So sounds to me it's like a mild strain. So how much of a mild strain, we don't know. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I am a little concerned for this to happen, especially during a bye week, right? That this has happened. So, hey, at the end of the day, this is why you have depth. This is why you have a backup. And hopefully in real life, if she does not and she can't do that date at 5 o'clock, hopefully you have a backup.
Now, G, what if she sends you that text? And it's just a fake out. She just wants to make sure you are committed. And it kind of puts you on skates. And then that tells her
game,
what she
right?
needs to know. What if it's just a head game?
A ploy.
Yeah.
A ploy.
Yeah, well, it just depends on where you are in your life. You know what I mean? Sometimes if you are a fan like me and you're a fan like a lot of us that are deeply committed and are madly in love, we don't want to back up. We're not looking at anybody else. We want you.
Okay, you're freaking me out a little bit. So can we hear what Sam Darnold said when he was asked if there's any way he's going to miss that game?
It's a very low percentage, probably closer to 0.
That's what he says. So
and she says, "Hey, it's a very low percentage, maybe closer to 0."
Okay.
A lot of times, does that make you feel better? Did you play that again and tell me if it makes you feel better?
Here you go. Ready?
It's a very low percentage, probably closer to 0.
Close to 0.
It makes me feel a little better. I mean, when I saw the initial kind of tweet come out that he was having this issue, that he was limited, that he was...
I freaked out.
Yeah, I was having a low-key freak out. And hearing him say that, I think if he's in pain, he's going to play, and we'll assess it as the game goes on. And if Drew Lock has to come in, he's got to come in, and you then game plan after that. But I think part of it is probably the Seahawks are a little bit hiding their cards, right? They know whether Sam's ready to go or not, but they're not going to let everyone know quite yet, right? Because then San Francisco is going to be able to plan a little better.
So will it be a game time call?
I would assume, right, G? I don't know.
I would assume. I'd assume that we're all going to be waiting at 5 o'clock to see. And by the way, I'm going to find out the same time you find out.
You
I don't
have
know
the
any
inside
other.
track.
No.
On,
and I wish that I can make you feel better. But I can tell you guys love the movie Dumb and Dumber, right? So you say there's a chance.
I feel better.
Okay,
so
what else you got?
Let's assume he is healthy.
Yes.
Sam Darnold's playing.
Yes.
The Seahawks are all healthy after the bye.
Yes.
So you have 4 options. Is this game going to be close, a blowout, a shootout, or a grindout?
It's going to be close. It's going to be a grind out. It's going to be all of the above. Because if that date goes through at 5 o'clock, everything's got to go right.
Okay, G. We're going to get there. 5 o'clock kick tomorrow. Listen to G and Ursula. They're coming up 9 to noon. Thank you. You may be excused.
Okay.
All right. We need to check traffic.
He can't go unless you say that.
And Ted Beaters in for Sully with traffic.
All right. Let's give me some slowdowns for your Friday morning. Northbound 405 is solid from the Renton curves to the VMAC. Your Renton to Bellevue drive time is just shy of 30 minutes. Another slowdown, very predictable. Southbound I-5 is a struggle from 145th to the Ship Canal Bridge thanks to the northbound Ship Canal Bridge roadwork and the express lanes going solely northbound. And northbound 405, it is sluggish from just after leaving I-5 through the 160th interchange, and northbound I-5 slows from South Bowling Field into downtown. Some drive times, Everett to Seattle, that is inching close to an hour now, while to Bellevue, that is 53 minutes. Coming in from the south end, Olympia to Tacoma, that has risen to 38 minutes. Federal Way to Seattle is 35 minutes. 28 of those are from South Center. And Puyallup to Renton, that is a half hour. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Ted Beener.
All right, our forecast. If I can catch my breath, I am still a little bit worried by G's comments, but okay. Clouds and spots this morning for your Friday. We should see some peaks of sunshine for the afternoon. 51 our high for today, and this nice stretch of weather just continues. Right on through the weekend, we'll see sunshine Saturday and Sunday. Highs around 50 with overnight lows in the mid-30s. And so far, looking ahead into next week, the dry pattern sticks with us through Wednesday. Now it looks like our next chance of rain doesn't move in until Thursday. Those highs will only be in the mid-40s, though, for the middle part of next week. Right now in Seattle, we have mostly cloudy skies. It's 43 degrees. 7:55 now. Hey, thanks for being with us here on Seattle's Morning News for your Fridays. We get you ready for the big football game tomorrow. Our inbox is always open for your news, tips, and story ideas at mynorthwest.com. Coming up the next hour, KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey will join us once again live from outside Lumen Field, where the face-off for the ages will take place tomorrow. He'll join us at 8:04. Also, the Mike McDonald preview coming up at 8:15. You can always text the show. We'd love to hear from you and respond. The number is 888-973-5476. This is Seattle's Morning News on KIRO News Radio.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
You know, if you've saved more than $300,000 for retirement, that's something to be proud of. But I want to give you a heads up about something a lot of people don't think about until it's too late. Taxes. Taxes on your IRA and 401k withdrawals. Taxes on your Social Security, taxes on your retirement income. When you add it all up, this could actually be your biggest expense in retirement. And nobody wants to give the government more than they have to. That's why I want to tell you about the folks at Boss Retirement Solutions. They are offering a free, customized retirement tax savings analysis. No cost, no obligation. They will show you the strategies that could significantly reduce what you owe, so more of your money stays right where it belongs, with you. Boss has 2 locations here in the Seattle area. Give them a call at 206-210-1350. That's 206-210-1350. They'll take care of you. 206-210-1350.
Advisory services offered through Boss Retirement Advisors. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. No statement contained herein should constitute tax, legal, or investment advice.
Breast cancer is a tough battle for anyone to fight. But when you can't work, care for your kids, or even put food on the table, that diagnosis can be devastating. I'm Dr. Suzette Miranda, a plastic surgeon who is proud to support Northwest Hope and Healing. Our mission is to provide a lifeline for breast and gynecologic cancer patients. We cover essentials like food, utilities, and childcare, so patients can focus on healing. For more than 25 years, Northwest Hope and Healing has distributed over $3 million to thousands of local cancer patients, and you can help make a difference in our community. Join us on Saturday, January 31st, for Cork, Fork, and Support, an afternoon of fine wine, gourmet cuisine, and inspiration at Mary Hill Winery in the heart of Woodinville wine country. Get your tickets now for Cork, Fork, and Support on January 31st. Go to nwhopeandhealing.org to learn more. That's nwhopeandhealing.org.
I saw her texting, coming up to a stop sign, and so I saw the accident coming, and she T-boned us.
In the blink of an eye, Crystal's life changed when she suffered a severe spinal injury.
The pain was something I had never experienced before in my neck. I got massage therapy. I saw a chiropractor. I was prescribed muscle relaxers so I could sleep. I got depressed. Nothing was relieving the pain.
Drugs, sleepless nights, and depression. Sound familiar? I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist. At Sound Pain Solutions, our treatments include high-dose laser combined with spinal decompression and other comprehensive therapies to rehabilitate damaged discs. We use treatments that are non-surgical, FDA-cleared, drug and pain-free.
I was able to get off my pain medicines, and I was able to sleep through the night, and that was what I was desperate for.
To learn if you're a candidate for our treatment, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025, or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Guys, low energy, low drive, or strength not what it used to be? For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Washington, start with a free T-check exam and consultation to get real answers. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. Call 206-529-1111 or visit revivemenshealth.com. Terms apply. Must medically qualify.
Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealer with the largest selection of Subarus in Washington. With over 800 vehicles in stock, they have exactly what you're looking for with savings you'll love. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Steve Kathan. A top U.S. official holds a high-level meeting in Venezuela with the country's interim leader. CBS's Stacey Lynn has more on CIA Director John Ratcliffe's sit-down with Delcy Rodriguez.
The historic 2-hour meeting in Caracas was aimed at rebuilding trust and opening the door to future cooperation. According to a U.S. official, Ratcliffe warned Venezuela must not support drug trafficking groups, including Tren de Aragua. Ratcliffe is the first cabinet-level official to visit Venezuela since the the removal of Nicolas Maduro 12 days ago.
Well, CBS's Matt Gutman is in Minneapolis, where protests have intensified amid new threats from President Trump.
There's sort of an ebb and flow to these protests. Typically, people congregate here outside the federal building. It will crescendo during the day, and there will be these skirmishes with federal officers who will come out, push protesters back, fire tear gas, canisters, chemical agents, whatever it is, sometimes detain people, pull them back into the building. And this happens on and off basically throughout the day.
A bipartisan congressional delegation is in Denmark. New Hampshire's Jean Shaheen says President Trump's push to take control of Greenland is concerning.
The idea of a world where we have no alliances, where we have abrogated the international world order, is not safe. It's not safe for Americans. It's not safe for Danes. And the only people who benefit from that sort of world are the autocrats in Moscow and Beijing.
Well, CBS's Aaron Navarro tells us President Trump's holding a rural health roundtable as funds begin to roll out through a program created last year in his budget bill.
This follows the president's announced health care plan that is sparse on details but continues work this administration says it's been doing to negotiate with pharmaceutical companies to lower prescription drug prices and get the lowest price available.
A cleric leading prayers in Iran's capital today demanded the death penalty for detained protesters. President Trump has warned that could spark U.S. military action. A Pennsylvania school district has learned a football hazing incident last fall was caught on video.
Cheltenham High School canceled its football season in October after learning of an alleged locker room assault a month earlier. Parents like Nashay Hodge were upset with the way the district handled the allegations.
These kids were basically guilty before any investigation.
In a message to parents last night, the district said it found 19 students witnessed the assault and did nothing to stop it, while several others recorded it. Police are still investigating the case. The district is bringing in new football coaches. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
And on Wall Street, right now the Dow is down 81 points. The S&P is down 2.5. This is CBS News.
I'm Major Garrett. Follow and listen to The Takeout on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Good morning. It's 8:03. We'll take you live to Lumen Field once again, where we'll find Luke Ducey getting ready for the big game tomorrow. But first, let's check the drive. It's not exactly an easy Friday, Ted Biener.
No, all of a sudden, we've got a bunch of things that have just happened. This traffic report is brought to you by Home Comfort Alliance. First, there's a new crash. This one on southbound 167, just south of 405. It's blocking the right lane. Response team is at the scene. And on the northbound ramp from Mercer Street to I-5, northbound I-5, we've got a disabled vehicle partially blocking the ramp. And just beyond that, we've got a new crash that's blocking the left lane at Lakeview Boulevard. So a lot of things going on. Otherwise, southbound I-5 on the main line, that is, again, a struggle from about 145th to the Ship Canal Bridge. Southbound 99 into Seattle is still doing rather well. Your Everett to Seattle drive time now approaching an hour, and Bellevue, that's right around 50, 55 minutes, and we got sluggish traffic from just after leaving I-5 to the 160th interchange. Now, if you're heading northbound 405 is slowing from the Renton curves to the Seahawks Training Center there at 44th, and now slowing on northbound 405 from about 180. I think we've got some people looking at what's going on the other side of the freeway. Northbound I-5 has braking from mid-Boeing Field into downtown. Pierce County traffic is doing well, though we do have some slowing on northbound I-5 through the Nisqually Basin. Drive times, Olympia to Tacoma, 37 minutes. Tacoma to Seattle is 45 minutes. Puyallup to Renton, that is just over a half hour, and Renton to Bellevue is now about 28 minutes. And a reminder for Mukilteo ferry riders, today is one of those wing wall repair days with ferry sailing suspended from 9:30 to 1 p.m. Power outages can happen without warning. Get a backup generator before the next storm and save $1,000 now at HomecomfortAlliance.com. I'm Ted Biener with KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic.
Well, good morning. It is 8:05. It's the January 16th edition of Seattle's Morning News. Charlie Harger has the day off. I'm Manda Factor, and we are just hours, a little more than 30 hours away from game time. The Seahawks going head-to-head again with a spot in the NFC Championship game at stake. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey has spent all morning live outside Lumen Field and joins us once again. Luke?
Yeah, good morning, everyone, and happy Blue Friday, everyone. The stadium is on lockdown right now. Security is tight, getting ready for tomorrow's game. They've got the stadium lights on right now, putting on the final touches. Hey, if you're watching on our YouTube feed, I got a sneak peek at the field yesterday. They let me on the field. I walked all around the field. It was pretty cool. You're only going to see this video right here. They have the end zones painted blue. They were testing the lights for the halftime show. Lil Jon is playing. They've got the new playoff stencils on the 25-yard lines. They were actually drying that paint when I was there. And take a look at the Hawkeye in that video. It is popping. Hey, this is the biggest game of the season by far, no doubt. The winner, of course, moves on to the NFC Championship for a chance to go to the Super Bowl. If the Seahawks win, we're going to be right back here next week. I should say when they win, actually. And we're going to play either the Rams or the Chicago Bears. Seahawks safety Kobe Bryant is on track to play tomorrow after missing the last 2 games. That's great news. Sam Darnold, you probably heard about this, listed as questionable with an oblique injury, but he said in a press conference, don't worry, that he will play tomorrow. There are plenty of tickets available on the resale market. You're going to pay between $450 and $1,200 and up, of course, for tickets, but for season ticket holders, they're facing a dilemma this year. Do they sell their seats to recoup money to pay for next year's season tickets? Well, the Seahawks are trying to prevent that from happening. They sent emails to a lot of season ticket holders telling them if you don't use your tickets, you risk not being considered for season tickets next year. They don't want to see a sea of red and gold in Lumen Field tomorrow night. I asked a season ticket holder about that. Here's what Saul told me.
I'm not selling mine. My wife wouldn't let me sell them even if I wanted to. It frustrates me when you see more fans, like visiting fans and home fans here. So I don't want to be part of that.
Good for you, Saul. He's actually got 2 sets of season tickets. He gives the others away to other 12s. You know, I love talking with my fellow 12s. We have the best fans in the country, don't we? So 12s, how are you feeling about this game? Are you excited? Are you nervous? Are you pulling your hair out like I am? Hey, 12s like Bruno are making bold predictions.
You know, I think we can run the ball on them. I think our defense is going to do great. I don't think we're going to shut them down like we did last game. But I'm confident. So I think it could be either a blowout or a really close game. But I think either way we're going to win.
That's right, Bruno. We are going to win either way. And when it comes to superstitions, we talked about that a little bit this morning. Manda, you've got the crock pot going for every away game. Ted, you got your 12 jersey on every Friday. Happy Blue Friday to you. You know, I talked with Polly yesterday. She has been a Seahawks fan from the very beginning. Let's just say, when it comes to superstitions, Polly doesn't have time for nonsense.
Because I don't really care. I'm old. Who gives a but I do appreciate them. And I've given up the superstitions.
I love Polly. I wanted to stop right there and go get a cup of coffee with her and just hang out with her all day long. She's fantastic. Trivia question. Hey, this is the last trivia question in the morning, and I hope you guys nail this one. Whose jersey has sold the most this season for the 49ers and the Seahawks? Any guesses on the 49ers?
Purdy. I would guess McCaffrey.
Kittle.
McCaffrey. Followed closely by Purdy.
I'm going.
Yeah. How about for the Seahawks?
JSN.
It's got to be JSN.
It is. It's JSN. Jackson Smith-Njigba. He is the best receiver in the country. Real quick, Manda, because I know you hate this, so I want to bug you with this because it makes you more nervous than anything. AI has predicted the outcome of the game. You ready for this?
No, really?
Yeah, I know. ChatGPT says the Hawks will win 24-20. Copilot says the Seahawks win. Claude says Seahawks win. The Vegas odd makers have the Hawks favored by a touchdown right now, -7. My prediction, you ready for mine? Charbonnet, it's going to have 2 rushing touchdowns.
Oh, yeah.
The Hawks D will get 2 turnovers, which will have everyone saying with me, are you ready for this? Let's have another glass of that Charbonnet.
Okay, thank you for that,
Hey-o.
Luke.
Go Hawks.
Okay.
Hey, it's been a great morning, and let's just go Hawks.
Before you go, I have 2 things for you, Luke. One, you have
what?
fabulous hair. Don't pull it out. And 2, my house is exactly like Saul's house, where my husband said, but I can see the plays better on TV. And I said, are you kidding me? We're going to the game, honey. So there you go. I like what Saul had to say.
I'm so jealous you're going to the game and you're a season ticket holder, and I love it. Good for you. Have fun, everyone. Be responsible, but don't be that responsible. Have a great time.
Thanks for being out there, Luke. Go Hawks. It is now 8:10.
Seattle's morning news. Always live, always connected. Stream, watch, subscribe, and share at mynorthwest.com.
We made it to Friday. It's January 16th, Seattle's Morning News. Charlie has the day off. I'm Manda. Chris Sullivan is out today, so Ted Beener is here watching what has been a very busy Friday morning. Producer David Burbank is here. Brady Robick is in for Nick Creation. Jillian Raftery is at the news desk. Mike McDonald preview coming up at 8:15, plus a legislative update with Mike McClanahan from TVW, and also consumer man Herb Weisbaum with his Consumerpedia College of Knowledge. Other things we're following this morning, a terrifying wake-up for a man who fought off an intruder in North Seattle early this morning. Police say the suspect grabbed a kitchen knife while the dad reached for a frying pan. Here's KIRO 7 TV's Ranji Sinha.
The father, a 61-year-old, and his 15-year-old daughter were inside the home. The father grabs a frying pan, fights with that burglar, and it spills outside into the front yard. The suspect is stabbed. The father is stabbed, and Seattle Fire Department comes and police come, obviously, to deal with this. And the suspect was taken into custody as well, and the father was severely injured. While all the fighting was happening, though, the 15-year-old is texting 911, and that is how the police were able to get here and try to deal with the situation.
The suspect was seriously injured. The father was stabbed but is now stable. The bill banning law enforcement officers from wearing face coverings on duty passed out of its first committee. Senate Bill 5855 would let people sue federal agents who hide their identities during detentions. Democrat Javier Valdez is the prime sponsor.
It's about trust and transparency.
Republican Jeff Holy called the bill pointless and unconstitutional.
This bill is optics, pure optics.
The bill now heads to the Rules Committee. And Pierce County Sheriff Keith Swank spoke in Olympia yesterday against the bill. He said if it passes, he'll encourage deputies to wear masks just to provoke lawmakers. Now the state's Sheriff's Association may kick him out. The group says his comments to lawmakers sounded like threats.
I don't recognize your authority to impose these controls over me. And when you try to remove me from office, thousands of Pierce County residents will surround the county city building in downtown Tacoma and will not allow that to happen.
He also spoke against a bill that tightens rules for sheriffs and police chiefs. The association says his remarks were inflammatory and do not reflect their views. Just ahead of our traffic and weather, Alpental and Stevens Pass have opened night skiing. According to KIRO 7 TV, snow coverage is still limited in some spots. Access may vary based on weather and conditions. Lifts at Alpental will run until 9 o'clock Thursday and Fridays, 7 p.m. on Saturdays. And at Stevens, night owls can get their fix on the slopes until 10 o'clock Wednesday through Sunday. It's 8:12, and that's time for a check on the weather. And for that, we turn to Nick Allard of KIRO 7.
All about the sunshine today, but to get there, we do have some low clouds and some fog to start things off, but I do expect that all to lift, and really, it should lift at lunchtime, if not sooner. We'll go for mostly sunny conditions this afternoon then. Temperatures will easily get to the low 50s today. Mostly sunny tomorrow as well. Mostly sunny on Sunday and Monday before we see more clouds Tuesday, Wednesday, and probably some showers by Thursday. And that might signal a pattern shift into some cooler and wetter weather. But for now, I don't really have anything of note. In the game, forecast looks fantastic. We just are going to see a lot of sunshine.
Cloudy and 43 right now. And Ted Beener is not only the traffic guy today, he is a meteorologist.
We've been doing trivia here this morning, so here's trivia for you. In the month of January, so far this century, what is the longest dry streak we've had so far this century? The number of days?
16.
I had previously guessed like 8 or 9, but you said it was over that amount. You gave me a hint, so I'm going to say 17.
Okay, you're both pretty close. It was 13 days, and it was just last year.
Oh, you're kidding me. I should have remembered
just
that.
last year. In fact,
talk about a dry January.
Yeah, exactly. It's a different form of a
get
dry
what you did
January. Yeah. So we were 4 inches behind for the month last year, and it kicked off a very dry 2025. So
all right.
Despite all that rain we had in December. All right, this traffic report is brought to you by Seattle Sports. On northbound I-5, a crash was reported at Lakeview. Looking at the cams, it looks like it has cleared. Another crash is on southbound 167 just south of 405. That's blocking the right lane with a response team at the scene. Other slowdowns for your Friday morning include northbound 405. It is solid from the Renton curves to the VMAC. Your Renton to Bellevue drive time, that is improved to about 22 minutes. Another predictable slowdown is southbound I-5. That's a struggle from 155th to the Ship Canal Bridge, and that's thanks to northbound Ship Canal Bridge work and the express lanes going solely northbound. And southbound 405, it is sluggish from just after leaving I-5 through the 160th interchange. Northbound I-5 slows from North Boeing Field into downtown. Some other drive times, Everett to Seattle is now 55 minutes, while down to Bellevue, that is drawn even also at 55 minutes. Coming in from the south end, Olympia to Tacoma is 35 minutes. Federal Way to Seattle is 32 minutes. 26 of those are from South Center. And Puyallup to Renton is just shy of a half hour. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Ted Biener.
Hear from the coach first.
Here we go, start fast! Here we go!
This is the Mike McDonald Preview. Here's your host, Steve Rabel.
Well, Mike, it seems like a month ago since the season finale, the big win down in San Francisco to lock up that number one seed. How did this last week go? You didn't take the week off. You still worked. You gave the guys a couple of days away. But how important was that, not only for you guys, the coaches, but for the players, too, to get a little bit of rest?
Well, I think it was imperative. I mean, it did make sense to kind of stay here and bang your head against the wall and just work for the sake of working. I think the strategy behind it was, hey, the vision was, hey, let's show up to work on Monday and feel ready to go fresh with a full week's of work ahead of us, and let's try to stay sharp in the meanwhile. And I think we accomplished that. We were a little rusty at the beginning of the week, but our practice on Football Thursday was tremendous, and so we're looking forward to Football Friday and the rest of the week.
And it's also good. I mean, you may disagree with this, but you might be as healthy as you've been all year, and with the opportunity perhaps to get a few really good players back, not the least of which is your left tackle, Cross, Bryant, your safety, Arroyo, the rookie tight end. Those guys have a good week, still looking good, looking promising for this weekend.
Yeah, very optimistic for just about all those guys. Still a process going all the way into game time. But yeah, we're really blessed to be where we're at with the guys that are available and the minimum amount of guys we've lost for the year. I'll tell you what, I've thought about that recently, and our strength staff deserves a massive shout out for the offseason program they put together. Our training staff on the daily things that they do, those daily inputs to strengthen guys and kind of attack those things ahead of time has been phenomenal. The program they put together, and really our players deserve the bulk of the credit too. With you have to be bought in to get calloused in the off season, so you can kind of mitigate as much risk as you possibly can. Anytime you step on the field, there's going to be injury risk. Unfortunately, that's the way it goes. But I really believe our guys did the absolute most they could do to put themselves in position to really be ready to go for the long haul. So really proud of the effort, and I think they realize that it's paid off for them as well.
Yeah, that group you have down there in the weight training and nutrition and performance and all of that, it was something that back in the day and not all that distant past, that you didn't look at like weightlifting and conditioning as something that prevents something later in the season. It was, I got to get stronger, I got to get bigger, I need to put on weight, I need to take off weight. But this is a whole different sense of science now.
It is, absolutely. And you know what? I think this is an edge for us that we need to chase moving forward. I think just where like science is and where it's going, I think there's going to be a lot of things that come out that maybe we could be ahead of the competition on that front, and we got the people to do it. And the time is not now to look into those things, but in future years to come and off seasons to come, I really believe that we can put together some great plans and find out some great ways to help our guys.
Yeah. All right, the time right now is to prepare for facing the 49ers. Third time during the course of this season. How big a difference does it make or not make preparing for the Niners again?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I haven't, I don't think none of us have had the experience of playing the game for that amount of stakes at the end of the season and then kind of doubling down on the next game where we're playing them again, and then you're also changing venues. So there's a lot of things that does actually change in terms of operation. And as we said, these games kind of go in all sorts of different ways. We both know each other so well, and there's going to be some scheme things that matter in the game. But I think we know each other to the point where it's going to come down to who can win the matchups. Whether it's a one-on-one thing that happens, or what the collective situations that each team can take advantage of that will ultimately determine the outcome of the game.
You talked this week, Mike, and you were talking about how sometimes you tend to overthink things, as a lot of us might do. Is there anything that when you're just sitting in your office and you have about 30 seconds to think, anything you want that you're thinking that I have to guard against as we prepare the guys this week, or as you prepare yourself for this week?
I always, when it comes to an impasse, it's just, hey, trust your guys. Just what do we do? What are we good at? Let the guys go play. Take it off their plate so they can go nail it. Now, if it's worth the extra investment and time and effort and scheme that we're obviously ready and willing to do that. But you also have to pick your battles on that front. So when in doubt, let the guys go rip it.
Practice this week, really good practices. Guys are probably chomping at the bit.
Yeah, our speeds, we probably practiced too hard. The guys, we had to slow them down, on the first practice of the week. And anytime you're taking a time off, there's going to be some sort of recalibration amount of time that you're gonna have to go through. And I'll tell you what, our intent was great. The guys' attention to detail was great. There's some things we missed, and we're just off on a beat. And then the second practice was tremendous. The guys did a great job. And then we'll go into our football Friday, football Saturday program, and we'll be ready to play.
Finally, you mentioned this week, and I'm interested to hear how this works. In a week where you're going against a rival, and it's as much at stake as there is. But you talked about loose and focused, that's a kind of a concept that a lot of people would think, do those things really go together, loose and focused?
Yeah, that's we talk about, quote unquote, how we roll around here, and that was kind of in meeting number one. And it's you have a vision about how you want to operate on a day-to-day basis. When I was a young fella, I put a lot of pressure on myself to be right all the time and didn't want to get yelled at and it's like I was tight, and I don't think you get the best version of yourself when that happens. I was focused, but I was, but I was tight. Yeah. And some guys are the opposite, some guys are too loose, they're not locked in when they need to be. And there's a happy medium somewhere in the middle. And I think the cool part is it does allow you to be in the sweet spot of what's best for you and the team. And I think it ultimately creates an environment where you can be really, really productive and do great things. And also, enjoy the process of making it come to life as well. And I think we're pretty dang close to hitting that on a daily basis. So it's a lot of fun.
I'm just trying to picture you when you were a young guy. I mean, for crying out loud, you're a young guy now. But at any rate, you have got a team that is going into the divisional playoffs here at home, which is a huge deal. Congratulations. I didn't even have a chance to do that. Congratulations on the big win in Santa Clara to get back here for the next, hopefully, 2 games. Mike, good luck. We will talk pregame and continue the great work.
All right. Thanks, brother. Good to see you, Steve.
Good to see you, Mike.
Cannot wait for this game. Kickoff 5 o'clock tomorrow evening. You will hear it here on KIRO News Radio. It's 8:23. That's time for traffic. We do that every 10 minutes. Sully has this Friday off. It's a busy one, Ted.
It is. It is indeed. This traffic report is brought to you by the Seahawks mobile app. The earlier crashes on northbound I-5 at Lakeview and on southbound 167 just south of 405, both of those have cleared and all lanes are back open. So that is some good news. Otherwise, it's not a Friday light. Southbound I-5 on the main line is again a struggle from about 155th to the Ship Canal Bridge. Southbound 99 into Seattle is not a bad alternate. Your Everett to Seattle drive time, though, that is east of 53 minutes. And south to Bellevue is just over 50 minutes. And we got sluggish traffic from just after leaving I-5 to the 160th interchange. Now, if you're heading northbound 405, that's got some slowing from the Renton Curves to the Seahawks Training Center at 44th. And slowing on northbound 167 from about 180th. Northbound I-5 has braking from mid-Boeing Field into downtown. Pierce County traffic is doing well. Some drive times, Olympia to Tacoma, 37 minutes. Tacoma to Seattle, only 45 minutes. Puyallup to Renton, that is down to 28 minutes. And Renton to Bellevue, that is improved to 23 minutes. If planning to head into eastern Washington this weekend on I-90, the Bullfrog overpass replacement finished several weeks ahead of schedule. And up in the Cascades, all the passes have no restrictions. Download the app today to keep up with all the action all season long, the Seahawks mobile app. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Ted Wiener.
And our forecast, we're seeing some clouds this morning, but we'll see peaks of sunshine for the afternoon, and we are headed into a very nice winter weekend. 51 for today, tomorrow and Sunday, mostly sunny skies with highs around 50. Overnight lows in the 30s. It will be chilly at game time at 5 o'clock for the kickoff. For Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, still dry. Our next chance of rain rolls in on Thursday. Right now in Seattle, we have partly cloudy skies. It's 42 degrees. And coming up, an update on the legislature. Mike McClanahan, host of The Impact on TVW, will join us. And also consumer man Herb Weisbaum has a little quiz for us. Ted, we're going head to head. Are you ready?
We're going to be ready.
All right. That's coming up on Seattle's Morning News.
The G and Ursula Show.
There's a brand new Gallup poll out that shows independents are actually now the biggest group in the country.
Weekdays 9 to noon.
Does this surprise you?
No, it's like a card trick. People in card tricks, the reason why you get fooled is because you pay attention to what they say and you don't pay attention to what they do. Most people only start paying attention when elections, policies, and things start affecting you.
Subscribe to the KIRO Newsradio YouTube channel and watch live.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice. DayandNight.net. Day and Night gives you a free furnace or water heater with installation of an AC or heat pump.
If you're not sure your furnace will make it through another winter, call us to install a proper, long-lasting, efficient heating system backed by our lifetime workmanship guarantee, so you won't be left out in the cold.
Install an AC or heat pump and get a free furnace or water heater from Day and Night Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. DayandNight.net.
Now is your time to get into a new D.R. Horton home by taking advantage of its National Red Tag Sales event going on right now through January 25th. Stop by any of its participating communities and find select Red Tag homes at incredible pricing. So whether you're buying your first home or looking for an upgrade, you don't want to miss the Red Tag Sales event going on right now. Discover the D.R. Horton difference. Visit drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
An organized home is a happy home and a happy homeowner. John Curley here. Closets by Design made me and my home happy. Experience the quality and backing of a national brand with friendly local Seattle service. From booking the appointment to a free in-home consult to installation day, Closets by Design will leave you wowed and clutter-free. Right now, get up to 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18 months financing and free installation. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN to schedule today.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included in every tire we sell. It's more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's all about you getting more from less. Stop by or book an appointment at leschwab.com.
It's 2026. New year, new you, new resolutions to keep for a couple weeks. Whether you're trying to eat healthy in the new year or not, your best choice is Omaha Steaks. They have multiple bundles to choose from. They have an all-protein pack if you're trying to slim down or eat clean, consisting of butcher's cut filet mignon, air-chilled boneless chicken breast, boneless pork chops, classic burgers, and more. Everything you need for your freezer and meal prep. Or grab one of the other bundles that include potatoes au gratin and caramel apple tartlets. That sounds good. Omaha Steaks offers unrivaled quality and variety, and every bite is backed by their 100% guarantee. Every steak is perfectly aged to maximize tenderness and hand-cut by master butchers in America's heartland. Save big on gourmet gifts and more holiday favorites with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com, and for an extra $35 off, use promo code SKY at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details. That's omahasteaks.com, promo code SKY.
That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well, I'll take this one.
What? Are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I can be the best snowboarder ever?
Well, I can't guarantee that, but Xfinity can guarantee that your internet price won't change for 5 years.
Okay. What if I practice every day?
Then maybe you'll be snowboarding for Team USA at the next Olympic Winter Games. And Mom, you'll still be paying the same price for Wi-Fi.
Ooh, really stuck the landing there.
It's the Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. That's a $10.99 value per month. Xfinity. Imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
If you've been injured in a car accident, you have two choices. Handle everything yourself or hire an experienced attorney. Go it alone, and you'll be on the phone with insurance adjusters, chasing medical records, fighting for lost wages, and trying to figure out what your case is really worth. Hire the right attorney, and they take all that off your plate so you can focus on getting better. Harold Carr Law Offices has a dedicated team of 48 people and more than 35 years of experience handling car accident cases right here in our community. Harold Carr Law Offices handles big cases and small ones while still treating their clients like family. Here's the difference they make. They save you time, reduce your stress, and get you significantly more money than you'd ever get on your own. Harold Carr Law Offices fights for you at no out-of-pocket cost to you. If you're in a car accident, call them right away. Visit carlaw.com. 2 R's in car. Car accident? Call Carr.
Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and MyNorthwest.com.
Live from East Lake Avenue.
You're listening to Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Charlie has the day off. Good morning. It is 8:31. Let's get an update on the 2026 state legislative session that got underway this week. Mike McClanahan is host of The Impact on TVW Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock, and he speaks with lawmakers in Olympia, of course. He's with us on Seattle's Morning News. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Manda. Thanks for having me. How are you?
Great to have you. I'm very excited for a little football game tomorrow, but right now we need to talk some business. We wanted to really focus on 2 big bills that were brought up this week. And first, this face covering bill concerning law enforcement. It is stirring up some serious backlash from one particular law enforcement official. Can you tell us what happened surrounding Pierce County Sheriff Keith Swank yesterday?
Yeah, so there was a hearing, and the discussion was surrounding a bill which would restrict face masks for law enforcement officers across Washington. The bill, according to sponsors and supporters, is really more aimed at ICE, federal immigration enforcement agents, but and their interactions either here in Washington or in other states. But anyway, it would allow a private right of action for someone who was arrested by an officer wearing a mask, as it would make mask wearing unlawful in Washington. There's another bill, too, that's sort of tied into this discussion that we should mention. Senate Bill 5974 by Senator John Lovick, a former law enforcement officer himself, would create stricter background checks, experience requirements, and potentially create a state-level removal process for elected sheriffs. And so that's sort of the backdrop for when there was public testimony on the mask bill yesterday. Pierce County Sheriff Keith Swank was very fiery with legislators. Essentially, he said basically that his officers don't wear masks, but if this law was passed, he would not prevent them from doing so, and sort of would be curious to see what the legislature was actually going to do about it. His comments provoked a response from the Washington State Association of Sheriffs and Police Chiefs, WASPIC for short. They put out a statement condemning those remarks. And I haven't heard anything from the sheriff at this point in response to that, though.
We're a little limited on time, but did lawmakers react to his comments?
So there was reaction during the hearing. As far as comments after the fact, I'm not aware. I'm sure that will provoke further discussion. I would expect it to come up at the very next media briefing.
All right. We only have about 30 seconds left, but I do want to ask you about the other ones that's getting a lot of attention, and that's this tax on millionaires. What are lawmakers on each side saying about that one?
Yeah, so this would be a 9.9% tax on income above $1 million a year. It's the governor's bill. It seems like that the leadership in the House and the Senate, the Democratic majority leadership, they're both encouraged by it. In particular, the Senate believe that Senate Majority Leader Jamie Peterson is expected to sponsor that bill in the Senate. And I've heard that in the House Majority Leader Joe Fitzgibbon is expected to sponsor it. But Republicans say this is absolutely the wrong time for a tax. They say voters have rejected this numerous times. Some supporters of the tax argue that the 2024 capital gains tax repeal initiative's failure means voter sentiment might have changed.
We'll see. Mike, thank you very much for your time this morning. Appreciate it. Mike McClanahan is host of The Impact on TVW Wednesday nights at 7. We need to check traffic now. We do that every 10 minutes. And here's Ted Beener.
This traffic report is brought to you by Northwest Hope and Healing. In North Seattle, we've got a crash on southbound 15th Avenue at Northeast 125th. Otherwise, Oh, we got some slowdowns for your Friday morning, and that includes northbound 405. It is solid from the Renton curves to the VMAC. Your Renton to Bellevue drive time has dropped, though, to 21 minutes. Another predictable slowdown is southbound I-5. It's still a struggle from 155th to the Ship Canal Bridge, and that's thanks to the Ship Canal Bridge northbound road work and the express lanes going solely northbound. And southbound 405, it is sluggish from before Canyon Park through the 160th interchange, and northbound I-5 slows from North Boeing Field into downtown. Some drive times, Everett to Seattle is now 56 minutes, while to Bellevue, that has climbed to an hour. Coming in from the south end, Olympia to Tacoma is 35 minutes. Federal Way to Seattle is now 30 minutes. 24 of those are from South Center. And Puyallup to Renton is 25 minutes. Join Northwest Hope and Healing for Cork, Fork, and Support. An afternoon of wine tasting and inspiration. Get your tickets now for January 31st at nwhopeandhealing.org. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Ted Beener.
In our forecast, clouds this morning, some sunshine later, 51 the high, and then tomorrow and Sunday, look for mostly sunny skies and highs around 50. It's 42 and partly cloudy in Seattle right now.
News matters. Experience counts. You're listening to Charlie Harger and Manda Factor, Seattle's morning news.
Charlie has a day off. It's 8:36. Something a little different and a lot of fun this morning. Our good friend, consumer man Herb Weisbaum, is here with another one of his consumer quizzes. Hi, Herb.
Hello.
Contributing editor at checkbook.org and host of their Consumerpedia podcast. You just posted your 100th episode this week. It's another edition of Checkbook's College of Consumer Knowledge. Congrats to you. If there's anything I like on a Friday morning when all I can think about is football, is taking a quiz. So let's get to it.
And I see Charlie didn't want to lose to you again, so he conveniently took the day off.
I did win last time, but Ted is willing to go up against me.
All right, here we go.
So the rules are, I ask the question. If it's a multiple choice and the first person gets it wrong, the other person can try to answer. You have 15 seconds to answer. Your producer, David Burbank, is going to keep time for this. The judge's ruling is final. I'm the judge. And Ted, turn off the meteorologist and turn on the silly Jeopardy contestant personality, okay?
Okay.
And you'll be fine. All right, here we go. Question number one, Amanda, we're starting with you since you were the part of the anchor team that showed up this morning. Which has more caffeine when you order a cappuccino or latte at Starbucks? The short or the tall, or they are both the same?
Short. Oh, man.
Sorry, that's not the right answer. What do you say, Ted?
I'll go with the other option.
There are three options.
There's tall.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my.
We're both
They're
awful.
Both the same. They have the same amount of caffeine, 75 milligrams, because they're both made with one shot of espresso. If you want a stronger jolt, Ted, you need to order the Grande or Venti, which have 2 shots or 150 milligrams.
Well, see, I automatically get 2 in a tall, so that's where I was going.
Okay. So, number 2, Ted, this goes to you. Kosher salt is lower in sodium. Is that true or false?
True.
I'm going to go with false.
No, you don't get to do that. According to the Center for Science of the Public Interest, gram for gram, kosher salt has as much sodium as any other salt, but because there's more air between kosher salt's larger crystals, when compared teaspoon to teaspoon, you get less salt, which means less sodium. How about that?
I'm going to share that with someone who told me otherwise.
Okay, please do. And quote me, the consumer man. Yeah. Question number 3, Amanda, is for you. Sea salt is healthier than table salt. Sea salt is a healthier alternative to table salt. True or false?
False.
Well, we finally got one on the scoreboard. That is absolutely correct.
No. I got one already. I said false when he said true, right? That didn't count?
There's only one other
option. But I got the ding and everything.
You don't play Harger's rules. You may like the milder flavor of sea salt, but according to Consumer Reports, it's no healthier than table salt. That's because all salts have the same chemical composition. Number 4, Ted, is for you. If you crack open an egg and you see a blood spot, that means the egg is fertilized. True or false?
Good question.
Thank you. I wrote them.
Yeah. I'm going to go false.
Well, now we got Ted on the scoreboard.
That
is
answer.
Absolutely correct. It is not a chick embryo. According to the University of Berkeley Wellness Letter, blood spots occur when small blood vessels rupture as the yolk is released from the hen's ovary, something I do not want to think about.
I was going to say, do you eat it?
A blood spot actually indicates the egg is fresh. And by the way, here's something you could share at your next cocktail party, Ted.
Okay.
An egg actually gets smaller as it ages. Because
Really?
some of the moisture comes out.
Huh. I often get the extra large ones.
It's kind of like I shrink as I get older.
You do. Trust me. Number 5. Amanda, the caffeine you get when you make hot tea depends on several, no pun intended, factors. The variety of tea, the amount of leaves in the bag, the volume of water used, and the steeping time. True or false? Steeping in more water extracts more caffeine from the bag.
Yes. True.
That would be true. Amanda, you've got another point.
Oh,
According
right.
to the public interest, steeping the bag in more water and for longer, 3 minutes versus 5, can result in more caffeine. And David, do we have time for a couple more?
How
Are
much
we okay?
longer are you going to put us through this?
I say we have about 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Okay. Last one. Images and food product labels are designed to catch your attention, but they can be misleading. Let's say you spot a container of peach yogurt, Ted, with sweet, juicy peaches on the label. Based on federal regulations, how much of those peaches have to be in the package? 2%, 5%, 8%, or none?
Whoa. I'm going to say none.
We have a tie score,
That
folks.
was my
The answer is
answer.
none. The FDA lets them put lovely pictures on the container, but it doesn't have to be anything inside that represents the picture.
Wow.
Congratulations, tied score.
Okay, see,
Thank
we can
you.
leave friends. Isn't
Yes.
that great? Herb, thank you very much. That was fun. Appreciate you. Contributing editor at checkbook.org. Thanks for your time. I know you're not a huge fan, but can we get a Go Hawks from you?
Go Hawks!
Oh, that
And
was a
There
good
we
one.
go. Very enthusiastic.
Wherever you listen to your podcast, because there's a lot more categories, including auto for Sully.
Hey, and congrats on 100 episodes, Herb.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right. Have a great weekend. It's 8:41 and
Okay, guys.
Check on Traffic is coming up next.
Hey everyone, Hartley Wilcox here. And I'm Charlie Wilcox from Wilcox Family Farms. Our family's been raising hens and gathering fresh eggs right here for over 100 years. That's right. Our hens roam free on green pastures, soaking up the sunshine and living their best chicken lives. We don't do shortcuts. No cages, no chemicals, just honest to goodness eggs laid fresh every day. And when you buy Wilcox eggs, you're not just getting breakfast. You're supporting local farmers like us. Clean food, and a family that's been doing it right for generations. So next time you're at the grocery store, skip the out-of-state eggs and grab the ones with our name on them. Wilcox Family Farms. Fresh, local, trusted. Find fresh Wilcox eggs at Metropolitan Markets, PCC, or Safeway. And for a healthy snack on the go, grab some ready-to-eat hard-boiled eggs in a convenient to-go 2-pack. Wilcox Family Farms eggs, locally fresh since 1909.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
It's 8:43. That's time for traffic every 10 minutes. And here's Ted Beener.
All right, this traffic report is brought to you by Seattle Sports. Southbound I-5 on the main line is again a struggle from about 155th to the Ship Canal Bridge. Southbound 99 to Seattle is not a bad alternate. Your Everett to Seattle drive time, that's just about an hour, and to Bellevue now is also an hour. We've got sluggish traffic from before Canyon Park to the 160th interchange. Heading north, northbound 405 has got slowing from the Renton Curves to the Seahawks Training Center at 44th. Northbound I-5 got some braking there from North Boeing Field into downtown. Pierce County traffic, though, is moving pretty well. Some drive times. Olympia to Tacoma is 36 minutes. Tacoma to Seattle, that is east to 41 minutes. Puyallup to Renton is just shy of a half hour. And Renton to Bellevue, that is sitting at about 21 minutes at this point. And a reminder for Mukilteo ferry riders, today is one of those wing wall repair days. We've got ferry sailings suspended from about 9:30 to 1 o'clock this afternoon. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Ted Beener.
I noticed this morning you've managed to fit in VMAC to almost every traffic report. Was that on purpose?
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
All right, our forecast, the weather's going to be really nice for the weekend. Today, some clouds around, but sunshine for the afternoon and 51. For tomorrow and Sunday, mostly sunny, highs around 50, overnight lows in the mid-30s. This dry stretch will continue through at least Wednesday. Right now in Seattle, we have partly cloudy skies. It's 42. And coming up, if you're looking for something to do this weekend, KIRO News Radio's Paul Holden has your weekend planner here on Seattle's Morning News.
A lot of businesses are looking ahead for guidance and the right partners in the new year, and the right bank can make a difference, right, Brad?
That's right, Dave. And WaFd Bank can help with business checking, express loans, lines of credit, business credit cards, and so much more. WaFd Bank is also an SBA preferred lender, so you can grow with confidence.
What about when you need help with something? In this digital age, does WaFd have an actual person available?
Absolutely. Our friendly and knowledgeable local business bankers are ready and waiting to help you with whatever your business might need. From day one, our bankers get to know you and your business to build a strong foundation for future success. This especially helps when it's time to apply for loans and to spot gaps in your business operations, so we can recommend the service that would be most helpful.
And to learn more, visit wafedbank.com or visit your local branch. Discover why they were awarded Best Bank multiple years in a row by numerous financial publications. WaFd Bank, built for business. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Loan subject to credit approval. Non-sufficient funds charges may apply.
Well, I'm here with my good buddy, Dr. Dan Nelson from Eastside Pain and Regenerative Medicine. And you've heard from Dr. Dan's patients over the years how a simple stem cell procedure has successfully conquered their pain. Well, folks, now it's my turn. After years of dealing with knee pain from all the football abuse, I can say my knee pain now is almost 100% gone. How'd you do it, Dr. Dan?
Well, Brock, personally, I'm very happy that you did so well. And your story is like so many of our other patients who come in, former athletes and non-athletes as well, who have come in with chronic knee pain, and they are looking for alternatives besides knee replacement surgery. And we're happy to provide this service. It's been truly a game changer for so many folks. It's just been a pleasure to be part of this.
Consider Dr. Nelson, the only doctor with over 30 years of experience in pain medicine techniques, including stem cell therapy. I was in and out with a couple of follow-ups. It's a non-surgical solution to pain using your own stem cells. Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Daniel Nelson, MD at 425-823-4000 or visit danielnelsonmd.com. That's danielnelsonmd.com.
Nearing retirement? Don't miss out. Madrona's free virtual seminar on the 27th of January at 6:30 p.m. John Curley here. Retirement isn't just about income. It's about avoiding big mistakes and blind spots. Join Matt Beyer and Madrona Financial and CPAs for a free virtual retirement planning workshop. Learn what a complete retirement plan looks like. Call to RSVP 833-673-7373. Again, it's Tuesday, the 27th at 6:30, online via Zoom. Call or sign up at madronafinancial.com/events.
Guys, if your energy is low, your strength isn't what it used to be, or your drive feels off, it's not just getting older. For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Washington, you can start with a free T-check, exam, and consultation, so you get real answers about your testosterone levels and overall health. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. This isn't guesswork or one-size-fits-all treatment. Revive specializes in personalized, closely monitored testosterone care designed to help men feel stronger, sharper, and more like themselves again. With over 120,000 patients treated since 2011, Revive Men's Health is trusted for results, not hype. If you've been putting this off, now is the time to act. Claim your free T-check and consultation and see if you qualify for 25% off TRT. This month only. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply, must medically qualify.
Paid political announcement.
More than half of short-term rentals across Washington are booked by Washingtonians. Families traveling for their children's tournaments and games. Firefighters fighting wildfires. Traveling nurses providing critical care. Every day, short-term rentals are helping make travel more affordable. Legislators in Olympia are considering increasing taxes on short-term rentals. But with the cost of everything going up, we can't take another price increase. Keep travel affordable for us. Paid for by Airbnb helps our state thrive host pack.
Bringing you Seattle's morning news since 1974, this is KIRO News Radio.
It is 8:49. We are just minutes away from the football. Oh, wait, not the football game. We're minutes away from the weekend here on Seattle's Morning News. That means it's time for KIRO News Radio's Paul Holden to stop by with a weekend planner. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning. Everyone's looking great. We're all repping our teams here. I get to continue to be the odd man out here, which is fun. But, man, how exciting is
I cannot wait.
I mean, we go right from the Mariners into this. I mean, it has just been
first time this has ever happened. They both won divisions.
And I'm so excited that I get to be a part, be around and experience it. What a cool thing. But it's also a holiday weekend as well, so there's lots going on. Let's get into it.
It's Friday then. It's Saturday, Sunday. What? It's Friday then. It's Saturday, Sunday. What?
Of course, it is Martin Luther King weekend here. Martin Luther King Jr. Day is on Monday, and there's going to be a lot of celebrations and informational opportunities to get some new information and learn about Dr. King and more. The 2026 MLK Day March and Celebration is tomorrow at 11 a.m. at Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Park. There will be some speeches, entertainment there, and then at 12:30, the youth-led march from the park will head to the Rainier Community Center. There will be more celebrations, including live music, art, food, and opportunities to learn about Dr. King's work and message. There's also the 53rd Annual Community Celebration at South Seattle College on Friday, the MLK Celebration at the Federal Way Performing Arts Center, and then, of course, on Monday itself, MLK Day itself, the United Way King County 2026 MLK Day of Service. There will be service projects going on throughout the county, really, as the Washington Service Corps is also putting on a series of service projects throughout the county and King County as well. And there's going to be stuff that's kind of a big theme of that holiday is giving back, going out there and volunteering, and helping start off your new year by doing something cool. Hey, if you didn't catch this yesterday, there's an awesome play going on here, an awesome musical, I should say, all about Neil Diamond. Amanda, did you finally get Sweet Caroline out of your head yesterday?
No, I have been singing it nonstop since I talked to the two actors, who are terrific, by the way.
Exactly. And you can see that full YouTube video on mynorthwest.com of all of that great interview. It's actually an extended interview. You get more information there that you didn't quite get yesterday. Any Wizard of Oz fans?
Oh, sure.
Here in the house?
Of course.
Okay,
You
wonderful.
can't say no to that.
Well, you can follow the Yellow Brick Road to Mopop this weekend, where they're doing a 2-day movie festival, but they're showing all sorts of them. So you're going to see The Wizard of Oz, but you're going to see the sequel. You're going to see the Muppets.
On their big, huge, giant screen?
Yeah, right there. What is I have a friend that actually works there. What is it? The Church of...
Something,
I think
Church of the Sky.
Church of
Sky
God
Church
or something like that.
Sky Church.
I think it's Sky Church. That's what it is.
I haven't been there for a while.
Exactly. But not only are they showing the movies, they're doing tabletop games. They're going to have a panel discussion on Sunday, and also a bunch of crafts and activities for you and the kids. Speaking of the kids here, if you need to get your little youngsters running around a little bit burnt out before kickoff so you can really enjoy and lock in, well, they have Kid Stock going on in Edmonds, and they're going to have activities, live performances, puppet making, dancing, science, and I always like this because one of the big advertisements we get for a lot of events is a beer garden, right? For us of 21. Well, they're doing a root beer garden here.
Train them young.
Yes, exactly. From Gallagher's there. There'll be balloon animals and food trucks as well. Kid Stock is Saturday at 9:30 in the morning, starting at 9:30 in the morning at the Edmonds Center. So if you want to go out in the morning, go out and have some fun there before kickoff, you got time. And of course, there's going to be watch parties everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So if you know of a place with a screen, odds are they're going to have the Seahawks on. And I know everyone usually is watching games, but I was quite disappointed to hear about our Seattle's morning news crew and their Saturday plans.
God forbid my daughter turn 1 year old.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Well, you're going to
blame Sully and Ted for going to a different sports game.
Charlie's actually
blame
going.
Charlie for going to
He's
the
going
Neil
to a beautiful
Diamond
noise.
thing.
Yes, that's right. Yes, A Beautiful Noise is the name of the musical as well. But we got lots more information and a whole lot more for you, including the latest on the next big train event. Yes, I know I've been following model trains. We got more information there at mynorthwest.com.
You're the best. Thanks, Paul. Thanks for taking the time, too, because I know you're working with G and Ursula today, too.
We got more fun coming up next.
All right.
Tuned.
It's 8:53. We need to check traffic. We do that every 10 minutes for you. Sully is off today. Ted Beener is in.
Thank you, Manda. Southbound on I-5 on the main line, that remains a struggle from about 145th to the Ship Canal Bridge. Your Everett to Seattle drive time, though, has eased a bit to 55 minutes. And to Bellevue, it's also 55 minutes because we got sluggish traffic from before Canyon Park south to near 85th in Kirkland. Now, if you're heading north, northbound 405 has slowing from the Renton Curves to the Yes, Manda, Seahawks Training Center at 44th, okay?
Go Hawks.
All right, and again around the I-90 interchange, northbound I-5 has braking from Albro into downtown. The rest of the roads are doing pretty well. Drive times coming in from the south end, Olympia to Tacoma is 35 minutes. Federal Way to Seattle is now just 28 minutes. 23 of those are from South Center. Puyallup to Renton is 26 minutes, and Renton to Bellevue is 21 minutes. The Narrows Bridge and the Lake Bridges are moving well. And if you're planning to head into Eastern Washington this weekend on I-90, the Bullfrog Overpass replacement finished several weeks ahead of schedule yesterday. Up at the Cascades, all the passes have no restrictions. I'm Ted Biener with KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic.
And our forecast clouds this morning, but sunshine by afternoon, 51 the high. The weekend looks just stunning for January. Mostly sunny for tomorrow, game day and Sunday. Highs around 50 both days. No rain in the forecast until Thursday. Right now, it's mostly cloudy and 42 in Seattle. Okay, quick predictions. How are you feeling, David Burbank?
I think they're going to pull it out. I think even if, God forbid, if Darnold's out, if Drew Lock is in, I still think they're going to pound the rock. The defense is going to shut down the Niners, and they're going to win it.
Ted?
All right, I'm thinking it's going to be 14 points for touchdowns and 3 field goals for 9 more on top of that. It's going to be a tight ball game, less than 1 score between them at the final whistle.
We shall see.
Yep.
Coming up, the G and Ursula Show is a fresh Friday. Of course, more Seahawks action as we get ready for tomorrow's game here on KIRO News Radio.
Hey, it's John Curley with Dr. Kopstein from K2 Vision RLE. Doc, I heard that 50% of Americans have their lenses replaced by the time they're 75.
That's exactly right, John. As we near 50, our eye's natural lens starts to become dysfunctional. If you've now added readers to your need for glasses and contacts, it's a sign the quality and function of your natural lens is fading, and it's a steady decline towards cataracts.
Don't go another 20-plus years with poor vision, hassling with contacts and readers. Do what I did. Choose a quick, painless refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision RLE and start enjoying great vision now.
Our new lens technology is truly amazing. After replacing over 100,000 lenses, we have the experience to guide each patient to their best solution, even if that's recommending you wait a little while before RLE.
K2 Vision RLE can restore distance and near vision permanently, plus never develop a cataract. Read the reviews and schedule a free Zoom consultation now at k2visionrle.com.
The first few steps that I took in the morning were pretty painful.
This is Carlos.
I had been told by multiple orthopedic surgeons that there was no alternative for me.
That wasn't what he wanted to hear. You see, Carlos is an active guy.
I played basketball, and for 3 to 4 days after, my knees would just be so swollen. And now I can play basketball, and there is no swelling. There is no pain in the knees.
No swelling, no pain, because Carlos went to see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine for stem cell therapy.
I'm just happy to be able to be out there. And then knowing that tomorrow I am not going to suffer for this.
What do you say to your friends and family who are in pain?
I say, I had horrible knee pain, and stem cells really work for me. You might want to go to Dr. Wagner, just get a consultation before you have surgery.
Consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
That's another amazing run by Team USA.
Mom, think I'll be on Team USA one day?
Well, I'll take this one.
What? Are you speaking to us?
Yes, and to answer your question, anything's possible, especially with Xfinity.
So, I can be the best snowboarder ever?
Well, I can't guarantee that, but Xfinity can guarantee that your internet price won't change for 5 years.
Okay. What if I practice every day?
Then maybe you'll be snowboarding for Team USA at the next Olympic Winter Games. And Mom, you'll still be paying the same price for Wi-Fi.
Ooh, really stuck the landing there.
It's the Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. That's a $10.99 value per month. Xfinity. Imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Actual speeds vary.
Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealer with the largest selection of Subarus in Washington. With over 800 vehicles in stock, they have exactly what you're looking for with savings you'll love. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
Your best source for